And now, for the few of us in attendance
Hey.
and the millions listening
Hey.
live around the world,
What's up,
ladies and
everybody?
gentlemen,
Welcome
welcome to
Roundtable Wrestling.
Roundtable Wrestling.
And I'm Keith. Over here we got the D-Lo Show. Looks like he's reading a book or something, getting educated.
In the Holly band.
And the man who brought us all together, we got Big Ton.
What up?
Over there in the other corner. Man, if you guys don't mind, I didn't even ask, but fuck it. Before we get into the wrestling stuff, y'all can see my background is the band Junkyard. That band is a band that was, dude, as soon as I start talking about it, I start tearing up. I'm such a pussy. But that band is a band that was really, really important to me. When I was in high school and I was suicidal, the energy of that band got me through some really hard times. Their lead singer has cancer.
Oh,
and David Roach.
That
And
sucks.
it's to the point where he's not even conscious 90% of the day at this point.
How can
But
you have cancer and not be conscious? Like, I didn't know that shit was possible.
dude, it's eating his body up, man. Like he's going in and out of consciousness because he's so sick, man. But
jeez.
he's a fighter, dude, and I'm pulling for him, and there's a GoFundMe, and man, if you can just check out David Roach or his fiance Jennifer Michelle on Facebook, you'll get info. I just found out about that shit a couple days ago because I don't keep up on stuff like I should. But now I want to help spread the word, and I'm going to do a special episode of my podcast where we just talk about him. And because, dude, seriously, Junkyard was special to me, man. Those first two albums helped me. They legitimately helped me stay alive. So I just want to talk about that real quick. I'm sorry if it brings everybody down at the beginning of the podcast, and I know it ain't wrestling shit, but to me it's super important. So right on.
Damn. Oh, we're fighting for you to fight on through and keep on alive.
Hell yeah.
That's all we can say.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But shit. We had a pretty big week in wrestling, man. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got anything you want to throw out there?
What is the end game for this Seth, Bronson, Paul Heyman shit? What's the end game for this?
I know. What's the end game? It don't make no goddamn sense. It's just like it's the, you know what I'm saying, the Shield 2.0 and shit.
Well, I'll tell you what the end game isn't. It's not to win King of the Ring.
For real.
Because ain't none of them bugs in it. So, man. Imagine.
I mean, it is fucking stupid because, you know, Seth is talking all this bullshit about running the industry and shit and having all this power, and now that he Money in the Bank winner and he got that case, the case is gonna bring in power. But you would think that having power, you would want to have the ultimate power. That would mean winning shit like King of the Ring and winning everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Survivor Series or a big ass match, the main event at SummerSlam or whatever. Especially since they announced that the winner of the King of the Ring gets a title shot, so that means he would get 2 title shots.
Yeah,
if he won the King of the Ring.
I think you have to
one
look
of his
at it.
boys won.
Yeah, I think you have to look at it from a storyline point of view. They were not going to put Seth in King of the Ring, no matter how much you wanted them to.
They could have put Bronson or fucking Breaker in there.
Well, they did, and they both lost. So that makes Seth's team look a little bit weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's
for real. That's just like that reminds me of Oldberg when he was supposed to take on Braun Strowman, and he was talking about how they supposed to make him this big monster, and then you got him losing to guys like Tozawa a week later.
Good. First of all, Tozawa has more talent in his pinky toe than Goldberg has in his whole body.
I'm talking about yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
probably true.
And Tozawa's position in the company pisses me off, man.
Well, yeah, me
That dude
too.
is so good. So
I know.
good.
I remember all them all them little dudes on the cruiserweight classic and how good they were.
Yeah.
You know,
Right now,
whether it was Cedric or whether it was Tozawa or whoever, they were all good.
dude, speaking of Cedric, when his 90 days is up, you think the Hurt Syndicate gets a fifth member?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're the Hurt Business.
I think eventually they're gonna throw they're gonna throw MJF out because all I saw
Because it's his group now? Like, what?
Right.
That dude talks more than MVP.
exactly, which is why they're gonna throw him out.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that too.
Because it's MVP's group.
Not anymore.
And well, not right now, no. But since it's supposed to be MVP's group and MJF feel like he got to have control, you saw how pissed off he was getting in the Mystico match.
Yeah.
You know how pissed off MVP was getting
Yeah.
in the Mystico match because MJF was just like screwing around and trying to do his heelish whatever, and MJF was just get the damn match over with.
Right.
This
Right.
food. Playing with food too much. Come on. Gotta get it done.
He be trying to taunt people and shit too much.
Yeah. MJF does not fit in with the Hurt Business.
He don't.
He just don't.
So I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean you're right. It is MJF's group right now, but you know, my guess is MJF is out and Cedric is in.
Maybe MJF and Cedric will have a match, and when Cedric debuts,
to see who gets to be in there, like Cedric and MJF, and whoever wins is in, and whoever loses is out, type shit.
See that kind of stuff, though. I hate that kind of stuff in wrestling.
Well, yeah, I do too. I think it's
like
retarded.
I would rather Cedric wrestles MJF and Cedric comes in big baby face. Blah, you know, we love Cedric. He's here. He's super talented. Yada yada. Him and MJF are having a match, and it looks like the Hurt Business is going to cheat for MJF, and instead they beat the shit out of him, and Cedric joins up.
Yeah,
and then that turns MJF babyface. But the cool thing about wrestling these days is, well, not the cool thing. I hate it. But the good thing about being able to do stuff like that is you don't necessarily have to be a babyface just because heels beat you up.
I mean,
MJF is annoying as hell. Like he could still
if the Hurt Syndicate whoops his ass, that doesn't mean he's got to be a babyface. That just means he got his ass whooped and got thrown out the Hurt Syndicate.
Right. I mean, look at Kalani Jordan, dude. What is Kalani Jordan? What is Jada Parker? What is Lola Vice? Like, I don't know what any of those girls are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're heels or babyfaces.
I mean, there's a bunch of people that it's hard to figure out if they're babyface or if they're heel.
Right. Hangman Page, man. What is he?
I know. I mean, one minute.
What is Swerve? Dude,
I mean, one minute you got Adam Page talking to Ospreay and shit, talking about he'll never ever, you know what I'm saying, he'll never ever be on Swerve's side, and all of a sudden, you know, he saved Swerve, and now, you know, they're kind of cool.
Oh, did that happen this week? Because I haven't seen.
That was last. Yeah,
that was last week.
That was last week. Oh, I probably fell asleep. I probably fell asleep, dude. I saw Ospreay take the super kick. I saw that.
Yeah.
With the spiked AIs.
The spike joints.
Shout out to Allen Iverson for still being relevant. Having new shoes and whatnot. That's fire, man.
Did you see this week where they got them shits on sale now on AEWshop.com?
No, but I know the Young Bucks have had shoes on sale at AEW.com for a while.
The idiots need to stop being Hardy Boy wannabes. That's all.
Hey, man. Make money, though. I don't like the Young Bucks, but make money.
I don't like Young Bucks either.
If people will buy
Dumbass.
those damn shoes, sell them. You know, I mean, that's how I feel about it.
For real.
People who buy those shoes, sell them. And the
Buy
Young
'em
Bucks
for-
are better than they were. You can't wrestle for 40 years and not get better, but
I mean, I've seen people do that. I mean, look at Hogan.
Hogan could wrestle, man. Hogan was one of the best pro wrestlers of all time, to be honest. Like,
All
he
right,
may
now,
not have been
now,
Kurt Angle.
now everybody be coming to me, tripping talking about Hogan on his deathbed.
Oh no, that's super.
Nah, he had like surgery on his knee or some shit. Like, he ain't even-
I think it was his neck or some shit.
Yeah, it
but,
probably was.
But his boy Bubba the Love Sponge said he was on his deathbed.
He said, I went to the hospital and I brought my wife to try to revive Hogan, and it didn't work. He must be dying. He must be dying.
But I didn't bring no black folk with me.
No, because that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Tony Atlas said Hulk Hogan was always good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how that one, brother. He won't worry about you, bro.
And then Mark Henry was like, I don't know, I don't know why they let him back in the hall because he's still a racist.
Yeah, bro, this is my thing too. Like, you can be good. So Chad, I used to hang out with this girl in Wisconsin, who was a Nazi.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I didn't know when we first started hanging out, and
Wait, that was Deidre?
No, Jessica.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't know that shit.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know Jessica was a Nazi?
No,
yeah,
I did
man.
not
She was
know
a
that.
straight up Nazi.
For real?
And yeah, and one day, like, we were talking, and I was like, "Look, man, my best friend is black. Like, sometimes it's a little weird, like how you are." But at that point, I had already liked her. You know what I mean? Because it's weird. That shit is strange. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Q about it, and Q was like, "Look, dude, you're not black." He was like, her hating black people doesn't necessarily mean you have to hate her.
Exactly.
And I was like, right on, dude, but it's not cool.
All right,
you know what I mean? So anyway, I was talking to her, and she said, well, I'm all for individuals. And if you meet somebody who's cool, you can be cool with them. But as a whole, I think the black race should be eradicated. And I was like, holy shit.
The fuck?
For real.
Maybe that's how
every black
Hogan
person.
is.
Yo, I'm sorry. I would have smacked the bitch in her mouth when she said
What the
that.
fuck?
Maybe that's
that
how
was
Hulk
me.
Hogan is, But yeah, man.
I'm saying, but the thing is, though, Hogan don't know when to keep his fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is maybe that's why maybe Hogan liked Tony Atlas, because Tony Atlas kissed everybody's ass. You read Tony Atlas's book, dude. His whole thing was about, you gotta keep quiet. You gotta freaking kiss the white man's ass, or you ain't gonna get nowhere.
But Hogan, but you don't get caught on fucking camera trying to be a racist, though, and that's what happened with Hogan.
Well, yeah. But it wasn't a public affair. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it was on Raw, dude.
Really? What did Hogan do on Raw? Okay, I didn't even hear about this.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
I think it was
know about
Raw.
when he was banging Bubba's wife on the little sex tape, and then somebody leaked it.
No. Hogan on Raw, from what I've been told, I didn't hear it myself, but I had the episode and I went back and then I heard it. So apparently Hogan on Raw, he said something about going backstage and dropping the N-word, and a very little piece of it got caught on the air.
Interesting. I
I
need to look at those days. What date?
I'm looking it up right now, dude. Hulk Hogan.
I need to know the date, time, and the timestamp.
Right, the timestamp, so we can.
I need the timestamp, all that. The seconds and the milliseconds.
Hold up. Hey.
I believe. Don't quote me. I believe it was the Raw. He got booed out the building. The debut on Netflix.
Oh, dude, I watched that. He didn't do nothing racist on that.
He didn't?
No, people lie to you. Dude, I don't even think he had a backstage segment on that.
That pissy-ass beer? That's the only thing I'm
about. He was just out there talking about his shitty-ass beer. His beer that tastes like Coors Light, apparently.
Yeah, Coors Light is nasty.
Ain't
Coors
good.
Light.
That
Coors
shit.
Light tastes like metal. Tastes like you sipping the can, dude. That's what
Oh.
Coors Light tastes like. And you put it in a glass and it still tastes like you sipping the can.
Oh
I
my.
was a beer connoisseur back in the day, man. Fuck
I was
Coors
right
Light.
there with you. What the fuck you talking about?
That shit.
Coors,
ass.
yeah, Coors Light is not delicious.
No,
Not
it's not.
delicious. It's a bad beer.
Yo, that flavored
Yeah,
OE
dude,
is
but I
that
think the
flavored
only
OE was the
time.
shit.
What's that?
That flavored OE was the shit though.
Yeah, because OE was kind of rough. Malt liquor is kind of
Yeah.
rough, but you put some cherry flavor in that bitch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
or even the cherry was fire, but even that mandarin orange
Dude,
stuff
honestly,
wasn't bad.
I thought the flavored St. Ives was better, to be honest.
I never had that.
Yeah, I thought the flavored St. Ives was better than the flavored OE, but either way, man, I did not know that fruity beer was going to be delicious, but it was
Me
delicious.
either. It was delicious.
It was delicious.
I remember I used to go to Mobile and buy that shit by the case, dude,
Yeah,
and
man.
bring it back to the crib, and you was like, "You, what the fuck you got all the beers for?" Because I'm gonna drink them bitches. That's why.
I said, I'm gonna drink some too. Dude, I remember watching you chug a 40. That was wild. I'd never
Oh,
seen
fuck.
anybody chug a 40 in my life. He chugged a 40 of OE, bro.
Yo.
He's not lying, dude.
Man, I
Yeah.
had
He's
never
not
seen
lying.
Was he
anybody
sitting down?
chug a. Yeah, he was sitting down on the couch, but I ain't never seen anybody chug a 40 in my life, brother. I
Yo.
was like, man, that's a lot of beer to be drinking in 7 seconds.
And I did it
man,
too.
yeah. I've seen
No,
Dewan
Man,
chug half a 40 of Crazy Horse.
who?
That's Dewan. I seen
Oh
him
yeah,
chug half a 40 of Crazy Horse. That's
damn.
the closest I ever came, man. We were about to catch the bus, bro. We were like 14 years old, dude. About to catch the bus. I spent the night at his house. And he was like, yo, let's get drunk before school. And I was like, cool. And he pulled out a 40 of Crazy Horse and just chugged half of it. And then goes, the rest is yours. And I was like, fuck yeah.
I know
And I
that.
drank it as fast as I could, but I couldn't chug it, dude. I was like,
You
this
couldn't
dude's
chug it
crazy.
like he did.
No, dude, come on. I mean, that's 20 ounces of beer, dude. I ain't chugging no 20 ounces of
Different, bro.
20 ounces of Crazy Horse. I don't know what the alcohol content is on Crazy Horse, but I know it was
It
high.
was a lot,
Yeah,
That is
especially for a 14-year-old.
right, dude. So Dewan is, dude. I'm an alcoholic because of Dewan. No, I'm just kidding, dude. It was all the way before that. It was all the way before that.
I can't even tell you why I was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
Oh gosh,
I'm about to check it out. What the alcohol content was on Crazy Horse malt liquor.
You fitting look up some dumb shit during
have-
the wrestling podcast.
Hey, those bottles were cool as
We
hell,
haven't
though,
even
dude.
talked about wrestling. We're just
I
sitting
mean,
here
we
talking about
did. We
getting
talked
drunk
about
when we're
MJF
14.
and 5.9%. That is high for some beer, baby. That is
Yo, check out OE.
OE. All right. Old English, trying to make you seem special.
Yeah,
Drinking
like,
old English,
the
baby.
old English.
cause
Yeah, the
you
old English.
gotta drink the malt liquor. You can't drink that cheap shit that tastes like metal.
Yeah, Coors Light and whatnot. Oh, wow. So OE went between 5.9 to 8.
So
OE was,
imagine me. Shit, I can't even remember how old I was, but that was back in the day. I've been here 25 years. So, and you've been gone. Well, shit, you didn't leave till way after I left, but you figure.
yeah, I left New York in 2003. I think
And
we lived together. When did we live
in the
together?
late 90s, because we was
Late
doing the
90s.
shows.
Yeah, late 90s, probably. Yeah.
Attitude.
So you figure back then.
Attitude era. Yeah.
I was
Education, baby.
Had a
So you
motherfucking
figure
girl.
25 years ago
Yeah.
it was like 2000. No,
Yeah,
yeah, like 2002 ish is when I
Oh,
came
no.
out
You know
here.
what, brother? It had to be the early 2000s because Jamie left me in 1999 and I got with Ilona in 2001. So it had to be like,
And she lived with me above Geppetto's before that.
right. But when we lived together, it had to be like the year 2000. That's pretty much it. So it was like 25 years ago.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
So
man.
you figure 25 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, I don't know, 26, and I was drinking. I chugged a 40 when I knew you. But imagine trying to chug a 40 now of
Yeah,
OE at 8% alcohol. Yo, that would fuck me up.
bro. I'm saying, man.
Oh,
I'm saying, freaking.
I mean, I might be able to do it, but
26 is prime alcoholic time, dude.
for real. I mean,
26,
dude, it
27,
used to take.
prime alcoholic
I
time.
remember it used to take me 2 cases of beer just to get drunk.
Yeah. Well, you've always been a big boy too, man. So that
For
don't.
real. I mean,
you know who need to drink some beer?
Who's
These
that?
dudes that chase you. They need to get some beer and some motherfucking hair in their chest. They some
Man, little pussies.
ugh, can't
How
take
you
a
gonna
curse
quit?
word.
How you gonna quit?
They're like,
Just
we
put
don't
your
like
hand
your
down.
words.
You don't raise your hand in Mr. Chase's class.
Right.
nope.
You listen. Andre Chase is the leader. Gotta listen to what he's got to say, man.
Exactly. If he curses at you, it means he loves you and wants the best for you. Damn it.
Right. Look what that tough love did to Thea Hale. Now she's a grown ass woman.
Right.
Grown ass woman.
Take arms out. Trying to break arms. Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Making Jada Parker tap out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right.
She paid
Allegedly.
that ref with some
Allegedly.
booty, dude. She paid that ref with some booty. She said, look, you can get these picks. Just
But I
don't.
need my parlay. He's like,
Yeah.
I need my parlay, fan. I want this. I got an 8 leg parlay. I need this parlay right. So to get this money. That's what happened.
Man.
We know what's how that happened.
Man. I'm so disappointed in that tournament. Like I was saying, everybody who I wanted to win lost. Other than
Why, the
Zarya
Queen of
and
the
Izzy,
Ring?
because I didn't really care about no NXT, because NXT don't do storylines, so
Yeah.
they're having a tournament. They had a 4-woman tournament, and then it's going to be a fatal 4-way, and whoever wins that, which they stole that idea from TNA, but whoever wins
Of course
that
they did.
at TNA does a match called the 841, where it's an 8-man
Oh, yeah, I
tag.
remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
and then
that
a
shit.
fatal 4-way, and then whoever wins gets a title shot.
Speaking
But
of, I saw some news the other day. I didn't look at it, but it said some TNA talent got pulled from their apparent WWE match this
Yeah,
week
I
or
don't
last
know.
week.
I don't know. Let me tell you what. You know who probably said that?
Who?
Joe Smith in his mom's basement with his finger up his nose, sitting in his
For
panties.
real.
Yeah.
Trying to be a keyboard warrior.
Like who's backstage telling people this person until I see on Busted Open or Chris Van Vliet or and Mr. TNA sitting there going, yeah, I had a match and they pulled me out of it. Before I see that,
Hey,
until I see that, I
they
don't
been
believe
on-
none of it. Dude, do you see? Because you got the Halle band behind you. Did you see? There's a guy on YouTube who's got quite a few listeners or viewers who claims to have NBA scripts.
Yeah, I saw it before. I saw that before.
Yeah, he's wrong as hell most of the time.
Oh,
He's like they leaked the script. This is what's gonna happen, and he's
Who
wrong
is
as
it?
hell. That dude don't.
Every time.
I don't
Who
trust.
is it?
Oh, I don't know. Casey watches him sometimes, and I was watching it with him. Casey was like, "This guy says he's got the NBA scripts," and we're watching it, and I was like, "Dude, none of this is right." Because the NBA they're playing basketball. The whole world might be rigged to a certain degree, but they're playing basketball, man.
Man, everything is rigged one way or another.
Well, that's the way the world's set up, dude.
It's a fucking work, dude.
It's all the work, man.
Right, you get work. And if you don't get work too far, you might put yourself in the shoot and shoot somebody.
Yeah. And then you're punching people in the face, and you got blood on your hands. You don't know why. Like, how the hell did I get here?
You're like, what? Wait, what? Where does blood come from? My blood?
What am I doing? I'm hitting people? I don't understand.
I want a business for myself.
My knuckles hurt. Man.
That's all. But
Dude, you see, there's been some little detectives who are saying that Liv might have had a shoulder problem going into the match.
like
They saying that they blaming all that on her, talking about it's her fault.
no, hell no.
I mean, it
was
happened,
all time.
dude. Yeah, it just
Try to catch
happened.
himself.
But I guess I guess she was rubbing her shoulder in her two
Yeah.
backstage segments.
Oh yeah. I
And so
saw
they were
that.
wondering if people are speculating that she might have already had a sore shoulder going in, and she just didn't say nothing to nobody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
What's
she wanted to
wrestling?
get pulled from her fucking match, so she's
Well,
not
yeah,
going to say
who
nothing to
wants to do
nobody.
that, dude? But the way that Liv wrestles, man, she is forever getting banged up,
I know. All the damn
bleeding
time.
and bleeding.
Thousand
And,
is.
So then the
Yeah.
question is, are they going to do the same thing to with Raquel that they did with Bianca? Just give her another tag partner?
I don't even think so. I
They're
don't
gonna
even
give
think
it Rhea.
so. I'll be honest.
They're gonna give her Rhea, dude. Rhea and Raquel are about to have a match, and then they're gonna have mutual respect.
You're gonna
Nah,
beat
dude,
this
for real, it's gonna be Roxanne. If they replace her with anybody, they'll throw Roxanne in there, and Raquel will be pissed.
and then they'll lose
I
its
think
head.
Liv will be pissed
Yeah.
too.
Well, yeah, because they all hate that little bitch. Like, ooh, somebody just died.
Who died?
I'm about to look.
Yeah, that was
Yo,
like
D'Lo, you talk football on your shit, right?
hell yeah, you know
What's
it.
up? What's up with this whole Brett Favre dying and whatnot?
What favorite Don? Hell no. I had not heard
Yesterday, dude. Yesterday it was reported that he died.
You mean
about
the
what?
internet
Of being a liar? The hell?
died from being
Yeah.
alive?
For
Dude,
what?
if Brett Favre died,
just like
Brett Favre?
Guido was on Velocity, right, Keith?
yeah, you would not be able to get away from that. If Brett
Oh.
Favre died,
He got Parkinson's. Who died?
I know he got Parkinson's. That's what the fuck they thought I had in the beginning. Either that or MS.
yeah, he ain't dead.
Yeah,
He ain't dead.
He said
I
he
mean,
got Parkinson's.
I checked it out yesterday. I didn't see nothing, but I knew D'Lo talked football and whatnot. So
Hell no, I would have
I thought I
heard.
would ask him.
Hell no. I'd have known.
He ain't dead.
He had died. I mean, what?
But you know what, man? If Brett Favre ever did die, no, I'm not even gonna say it.
He born a day after my birthday. Damn, we got
I love Jen Sturger. I love Jen Sturger. That's what I'm saying.
Who's
Jen
that?
Sturger. Jen Sturger's my girl, man.
Who's
Jen
that?
Sturger is a girl who you remember them girls at the Florida State game that was CJ Perry was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. She was one of them girls. And she ended up becoming a sports writer for ESPN
Okay.
and being a sideline reporter for Green Bay. And
Okay.
while she was there, Brett Favre sent her a picture of his dick.
Hey.
Yeah. Which, bro, I mean, that's whatever. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Sending someone a picture of your dick.
It's fucked up.
Shoot
But
your
ain't
shot.
that gonna die?
If that's what you got, give it a try. But when she was like, hey, I don't like this, he started calling her house.
Oh.
He started sending her more messages like, yo, we need to meet up, blah, 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 blah. And he was powerful. You know what I mean? He was the man. And he was married. And she tried telling people, and they kind of pushed it under the rug and didn't nothing happen. And when it eventually did come out, so she had a friend who wrote a news article, who worked for some kind of website that like exposed shit. And and one of their mutual friends was like, hey, if you want to hear some dirt about Brett Favre, talk to Jen. And then they came at her like a friend. And Jen was like, look, I got to talk to somebody about this, but if I talk to you, it has to be off the record. And he said, yeah, of course it's off the record. And then published all of it. Published all of it, dude. And she became the villain.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
People were like, oh, Brett Favre can get any girl that he wants. Why don't you, he can't be harassing you. It's not possible. But then all the emails came out and everything came out and he was definitely harassing her and people still treated her like shit. And she's just now starting to get some vindication for it. And on top of that, Brett Favre stole money from cancer kids to build a fucking stadium. Fuck Brett Favre, dude. Fuck Brett Favre. Stealing from cancer kids is not dope. Not dope, dude.
And he stole and didn't he take that welfare money and shit too? Or
that
is that the same money?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Ooh.
Is that the same money, dude, or is that different shit?
That might be what I'm talking about, to be honest. It might be the welfare shit.
He stole like
they took money that was supposed to go to like housing developments and stuff for poor people and built a stadium with it. Okay, my bad. It wasn't cancer kids. Still stealing money from the community. Fuck off. Stealing money from people who ain't got no place to live. stealing
Fuck
money from
off.
single mothers. Brett Favre can go to hell, man. Like, and he's so in denial of all of it. You know, like, oh, Jen Sturger wanted me. Like, fucking shut
So
up.
if he did all this shit
And
and he
yeah,
stole all that money and he harassed this bitch, why is his ass like still free? I mean,
oh, I mean,
if he
you know,
stole money, shouldn't he be
could have
behind
gone to
bars and
jail.
shit?
He could have gone to jail over
The
the.
snow people.
You can't go to jail over harassing somebody, really.
No,
you know, you can
but you
catch
can
a
go to jail
fine,
over
but
stealing money that's not
yeah,
yours.
yeah. So what happened was the government was involved in it with him. Like it wasn't just him; it was the government. So it was a whole big
So the
thing,
government stole
and
money too,
basically,
just like Brett
yeah,
Favre.
yeah. So he flipped on him and told them what happened, but his story was bullshit. Like he perjured himself, but because of his testimony, I think is how it went. He didn't get. He probably has to pay some of the money back, but he didn't get any jail time or anything for it. But he tried to say that he was fooled. But there's emails
so-
and recorded messages of him going, "Hey
basically-
man,
So
I don't care who you
basically,
got to
he's
take
like-
this money from."
So basically, he like the Roger Clemens of football, talking about I sat on the needle and I didn't do HGH.
I mean, yeah, something
Guess
along those
so.
lines.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But yeah, he said, you know, what you call it? I didn't know. He said they told me that they had this money to help build this stadium, and I was like, let's do it. I didn't realize where the money was coming from. But then
He's a liar.
yeah, because there's emails and phone conversations where they lay it all out and he agrees to it. So he lied. He lied. Because this country freaking loves athletes. We worship athletes, man. You know, we
Even when
worship
they
athletes.
do dirty shit.
Yeah, especially white athletes. Not to, but it's the facts, man.
I mean,
I'll
it's
look
the
at the
fact.
numbers.
You're not wrong, man. You're not
Yeah,
wrong
it's
at
the
all.
facts, dude.
All right,
So
so you take a white athlete and you take a black athlete,
yeah,
and they be doing the same shit. They have they do the exact same shit.
bro.
So like for instance, all right, I'll give you for instance. Say you got Jordan who won 6 titles, and you pick any fucking white boy that win the same 6 titles, and the white boy will get more accolades than Jordan did.
Dude, I don't know if anybody's getting more accolades than Jordan.
No,
Jordan's special.
They people be trying to give LeBron more accolades than Jordan, and they both black.
Yeah, I see some people are.
Yeah, man.
But what I'm saying is, as far as, okay, so you remember Doug Flutie, right?
Yeah.
Not the greatest quarterback in the world. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But because he was white, he got freaking
Unlimited chances.
Yeah, unlimited chances. Thank you, man. Yeah, same thing.
Different leagues.
Right. Dirk Nowitzki's awesome, but he's super overrated because he's white. I think. I could be wrong.
That's the first I've heard of a Dirk overrated. I haven't heard that in years.
I
haven't heard that in
overrated,
years,
man.
2010.
I think Dirk's overrated, man. I'm sorry. I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
While European wise, for like foreign Europeans, he's like top 15 at best.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You know. But yeah, I don't know. Do you say he changed the game?
He changed the game for like stretch fours. Like there was.
What about Bill Laimbeer, man?
Who?
Bill Laimbeer from the Pistons. He was stretching that defense in the 80s.
Man.
In the 80s, man. Yeah, but the dude could shoot a 3. Danny Ferry? Come on, man.
When have you seen Danny Ferry shoot 40% from 3?
Dude, bro, Danny, and I'm about to look up Danny Ferry's 3-point percentage. Hold on now.
You be looking up dumb shit, dude. For
Hold
real,
on now.
Shit up all the damn time.
Hold on now, because Danny Ferry, he didn't miss, dude.
You remind me of my dumbass brother-in-law. That motherfucker be looking up shit up just to look it up.
Bro, Danny Ferry did not miss, man. I'm just saying.
Yo, you want to know somebody? You want to know a white dude that never missed a 3?
Who's that?
Paxson.
Well, yeah, but Paxson wasn't 6'10".
No,
you know
Paxson was like 5'2".
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Danny Ferry. I was like,
bro, because Danny Ferry could stretch the floor. He could stretch the floor, man.
Well,
Danny Ferry could
that's like
stretch the
talking
floor.
about baseball and talking about a nobody like fucking Bob Tewksbury or some shit.
Oh, hold on. Are you just called Danny Ferry a nobody?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
That's nasty. Boy.
Okay, let me
Man.
rephrase that. Nobody that some people don't care about.
Man, hold on. I care about Danny Ferry.
Man.
That's why I said some people.
42.5% from beyond the arc. Get you
Get the
some.
fuck out of here.
Get you some.
What year?
13
How many
seasons.
attempts?
All right, Keith, how much do you know
13
about
seasons.
basketball?
How many attempts?
How
All
much
right.
you know about basketball?
It's 39.3% for his whole career for between the NBA and yeah.
Between
Oh no,
NBA
hold
and
on.
college?
Hold on. It's 39.3% and his best season was 42.5. All right, whatever. Either way. 39.3%,
All right,
man.
Keith,
how
That's
much
you
you
damn
know
near
about
that's
basketball?
damn near 40%.
That's
And,
not bad.
and his best season was 42.5. Come on, man. Danny
How much
Ferry
do you
was a
know about
monster.
basketball?
Monster. All right. We don't have to talk about basketball anymore. I'm just saying. Let's talk about wrestling.
I
Let's
got a
talk
question
about
about basketball
Tyrese
first.
Halliburton and his basketball wrestling shirts. No, I'm just playing.
How did
Keith,
you know what I find interesting? How do they look better in the 2K WV than they do in the regular NBA 2K? How they have
Man,
more
for real.
dude, so Casey
Yeah.
saw that and was like, why do they have
That is so
Tyrese with
weird.
so many muscles? And
So
I said,
freaking
because it's a
weird.
wrestling game. He's like, why is he so jacked? I said, it's a
Right.
wrestling game, man.
Like what the
Yeah, they got him looking buff in that wrestling game, dude.
Yo,
They really do.
it's
How
like
much
night
y'all
and
know
day.
about basketball?
What's up, brother?
How much y'all know about basketball?
I mean, I know enough.
No good, Mount.
All right, who got in the history of the NBA? Who's got the highest three point percentage for
Dude, that's
making them?
gotta be Steph Curry.
Nigga, I'm going with
Gotta
like
be
sure.
the greatest
Tim
shot, the
Legler.
greatest shooter that God created.
You think Steve Kerr?
Hell no, ain't no season.
I
It's
thought
Tim
you said
Legler.
Steve
So-
Kerr. I
One
was
of
like,
you
Steve
would.
Kerr never played. Even if he does have that, he ain't never play. All right, hold
One of
on.
you motherfuckers is fit to look it up. I know that.
I'm looking it up right now, dude.
I told you.
All
I
time
say Kyle
3-point
Ford, Tim Legler, or
percentage.
damn near.
It's got to be the
Or
greatest
Larry.
shooter that God created.
Whoa! Oh, this is so fun. It is Steve Kerr.
Oh.
Get the
It
hell
is
out of
Steve
here!
Kerr.
Is it Steve Kerr for real?
45.4%.
Yeah.
I said that shit was a
Damn.
joke. Yo, you'll never guess who number 2 and 3 are. Y'all remember
Yeah.
Hubert Davis?
Oh
I remember as
God.
a coach and an
Little
analyst.
bitty, big-eared kid and play haircut, Hubert Davis.
Yeah, I remember him.
Oh
And
God.
Luke Kennard. I don't even know who Luke Kennard
Luke
is.
Kennard. What?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even
That's the
know.
top 3, man.
I don't know who
I don't
that
even
is.
I don't even know who the hell is Luke
remember him.
Kennard.
I remember
Who's
some
4 or
dude.
5?
Recent.
Who's 4 or 5?
What the
Let me see. They only got the top 3. Let me look and see if I can
Oh,
find
all
4
Luke
or 5.
I thought
Kennard?
maybe
I
they
could
had the
probably
top
find it.
5.
Hold on, I got you.
That
I'm
is the
asking
most
Mr.
random
Know-It-All
screen
over
list
here
I've ever
who
seen.
thinks he knows so much about basketball because he's sitting right here listening.
That is the
Ralph,
most
who's
random
Luke
top
Kennard?
3 ever. What the fuck?
Dude, Luke Kennard was a Piston, a Clipper, and a Grizzly. He plays for the Grizzlies right now.
Yeah,
He's
so he
newer.
would.
He's newer. Okay.
Who did he play for in college?
Duke.
Does it
Let's
say?
see.
Duke.
Duke,
Fuck.
where
Duke.
all the white boys play.
Duke.
Right. Except
Duke.
Grant Hill and
Right.
Jay Williams for that reason.
Yeah.
And Jay
That's why
Williams.
Grant Hill ain't white.
Yeah.
Dude,
Exactly.
Steve Curry is in 7th place.
And Boozer.
Seth
Steph's
Curry.
in 7th.
Oh,
Who's
wait,
4?
that's Seth Curry. That's his brother.
Right. Seth is the shooter. Seth's the
Steph
shooter.
is the shooter,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, Stephen Curry ain't even in the top 10.
He got a lot of attempts. He got way too many attempts to be in that.
Yeah, wow.
Wait,
He's not even in the top 20.
Steph is not even in the top 10 of the top 3-point shooters.
Dude, Klay Thomas is number 23. And Steph ain't even in here.
Right. He shoots a lot.
So who? All right. So bust this out. Who? Real quick. Tell me who the top 10 is.
Top 10?
Yeah.
I see Wally Zerbiak is in the top 25. I love
Wally.
Wally Zerbiak,
Well, I haven't
man.
heard that name in
Wally
years.
was.
All right, we got
Holy
Steve
shit.
Kerr at number 1, Hubert Davis at number 2, Luke Kennard at number 3, the great Draven Petrovic,
Hey.
the white Michael Jordan, R.I.P.
He said the white Michael Jordan.
I said a white
Dude.
MJ.
I'm telling you, Drazen Petrovic was a monster.
Drazen Petrovic was great. Yes.
Yeah, he was a monster, dude.
I seen some highlights. I seen.
Sucks that he passed so soon, man.
Michael said he was his toughest opponent.
That's what I'm saying. He was the white Michael Jordan, man. Y'all don't know.
Michael Jordan even said it about him. He's my toughest opponent.
Yeah, Joe Harris. Joe Harris was a monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's already gone, but Jason Capono, I don't know who that dude is.
Y'all remember him?
I don't know who that is either. I don't think I heard that name before.
I remember him from Miami. He got traded everywhere.
Yeah, he came from California.
Yeah. He's been on a bunch of teams.
Yeah.
His last year was 2012, and he played for the Lakers. Seth Curry is 7.
Of course.
The great Tim Legler, one of the best shooters of all time, is 8.
He won a few slam dunk contests too, I think. Or
Dude, Tim Legler was an athlete, man. I like Tim Legler a lot.
Legler. I see Legler every day on Get Up during basketball season.
Yeah, he's the only one I can rock with.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
Steve Novak.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Steve Novak, yes, sir.
Yes. Let's see, Kyle Korver. That's the top 10.
Ashton
Kutcher. Korver. Could be Korver. Kyle Korver. Dude, the funny thing is,
oh god,
I think he played for. I think Ralph said he played for Atlanta.
Yeah, he played for a bunch of teams, dude. The thing is, like, all these people who are in the top 10 are not necessarily great basketball players. They're just experts.
Just good.
They pull them in and they're like, we need a 3, and they knock it down, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas the guy like Dan Marley.
I still think it's bugged out that Steve Kerr's number 1, though.
Yeah. But because that's all Steve Kerr did, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be the game was the game was close.
I mean, you figure. All right,
they need a 3. They pulled Steve Kerr. That was his job.
How many was he on all the teams that Jordan won the 6 titles with? Or
I don't remember.
Nah, just on the last 3. Just on that last 3.
All right, so he was on the last 3, and then how many titles has he won as a Warrior?
As coach?
3 or 4.
As coach, 3 or 4, right?
4. Yeah, he got 4.
So he got like 7 rings. 3 as a player, 4 as a coach, and some think he's not done yet.
And I think he won with the Spurs too.
Yeah, he's a 4-time NBA.
Yeah,
4-time NBA champion.
As a player?
5-time NBA champion as a player.
All right, who did he win 4 and 5 with?
Because he won 3 with the Bulls.
Yeah, you said 1 with the Spurs. Ralph just said
the Spurs, and then in 2003 with the Spurs. So wait, who won the championship in '99? Who won the championship in '99? Okay, yeah. So 2 with the Spurs, 3 with the 3 with the Bulls.
Yeah, and then 4 is
a coach.
4 is a coach. So he got 9 rings.
9 rings. He's coming up on Bill Russell. The only difference is Big Bill won all them on the court.
With one team.
As one of the best players in the league.
And I think everybody, is bugged out because everybody be talking about how, and I don't know if you know about anything about football, Keith, but everybody be talking about how that little bitch, Bill Belichick, is the greatest coach of all time because of all the rings he got, and Steve Kerr got more.
Dude, you know who the greatest coach of all time is?
Who?
Mike fucking Ditka.
That's an odd take.
That is an odd take.
I'll tell you what, because I don't know nothing about football, but I know Mike Ditka used to grab them dudes by their helmet and be like, "Get your ass in there and play some football."
You know who's the greatest football coach of all time?
Who's that?
Vince Lombardi.
I knew he was going to say that.
Vince Lombardi got 10 championships. How many did Ditka have? I think he got 1 as a coach.
Yeah,
85.
Maybe.
Yeah, 1.
With the Bears shuffling crew, man.
Yeah.
But that team was down as hell. The
only shuffle I remember, and D'Lo should know this, is the Icky Shuffle.
You don't remember the Super Bowl Shuffle? We are the Bears shuffling crew.
Man, they got that for the
on, doing it for you. We don't like to fight, and we don't like to hustle.
All right, I got 2 white boys here trying to rhyme the fucking Chicago Bears Super Bowl Shuffle.
Man, look. So he won 2 Super Bowls as a coach.
Ditka did?
12 and 20.
Okay.
They were pretty far apart too. Then
Pretty far apart.
12 had to be the let's
The
see.
Bears. The 85.
No. It was either did he coach the Broncos or the Cowboys?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh wait. Dude, so
Ralph,
those are the same. Okay, so hold
He was a
on.
player with the Cowboys. He won a championship with the Cowboys as a player. He was a tight end for. No, he was a
Well,
right.
it says he won it as a coach,
No,
but he
he
wasn't the
wasn't.
head coach. He wasn't the
He
head
was a
coach.
He was the coach for the Cowboys. Yes.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the head coach, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little.
The head coach was Red Miller. Or no, Tom Landry, my bad.
He was
No,
under
sorry.
Tom Landry.
So he was an assistant coach, but I guess that still counts.
All right. So I got to get this take real quick. D-Lo,
Yeah.
what you think about Rodgers signing with the Ravens?
We said right. You need Jair. I'm happy for him. Aaron
No.
Rodgers.
Oh, wait. No, Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. Jair
Aaron
Alexander signed with the
disappointed me.
Ravens. My bad.
Aaron disappointed me with doing that. He's supposed to avoid that team. Already had to deal with Russ being there, but now he's there. Oh, yo. That's my favorite quarterback. My favorite
Who,
quarterback.
Aaron
He's going to
or
Pittsburgh.
Russell?
Why? Like, why?
He your favorite quarterback after what he did in New York with the Jets? Come on
No,
now.
he ain't my favorite. He's in my top 5, but Russell, my favorite quarterback, Russell Wilson, because he always been electric. I've been a fan.
So
You know who my favorite quarterback is? Joe Montana, because he gave that kid that shirt.
Oh, I feel bad.
Wasn't that Joe Montana? He gave him the shirt in the Coke commercial.
Game of Jersey.
that was Mean Joe Green,
Okay,
dude.
Mean Joe Green.
I was like,
No, Joe Montana has, because someone's like, isn't there a Joe Montana commercial where he gives a kid a shirt for a Coke?
No, that's Joe.
that's
Mean
me, Joe.
Green.
That's
That's
not
Mean
like
Joe Green, dude. I mean, Ralph's
I thought
telling
it was
me
a
it's
white
Mean Joe
dude.
Green.
I thought it was a white dude.
Nah, that was definitely Mean Joe. Like, thanks, Mean
That was
Joe.
Mean Joe Green.
Oh man, my bad. My bad. And
Anyway,
he wasn't a quarterback,
the
right?
greatest quarterback of all time is Joe Montana for 2 reasons. 1, he didn't cheat, and 2, he's undefeated in the Super Bowl.
And
Well, there you
three,
go. So I was right anyway. I was right anyway.
And
Yeah.
3, he never threw a pick. So he was right. Keith was right anyway.
I was
Man,
right
Joe
anyway.
Flacco, the
He may
greatest
not have
scorer of all
given he
time,
may not have
too.
given that kid his jersey, but he did all that other stuff.
Yep.
Joe Flacco is the GOAT then, since we're going like that metric. Joe Flacco is. Because he
How
never
you
threw a
going
pick
Joe
that.
Flacco, bro?
Cannon Toten Joe never threw a pick during that playoff stretch, bro. He went undefeated just like him. Mm-hmm.
Is
Did he go 4-0 in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He went 4-0 on a run to go to the Super Bowl, so yes. Technically, he
But
did.
see, going on the run to the Super Bowl and 4-0 in the Super Bowl are 2 different things.
He had to go 4 quarters, though, so yes, he went 4-0. We kind of the last.
D-Lo be crazy. D-Lo
The lights
crazy.
went out. The lights went out, and that was a little crazy, but we pulled it out anyway. But
Is
I
Refrigerator Perry?
will say
the
Joe
best?
Flacco is a really, in my opinion, is a really underrated quarterback.
Thank you.
But he
Thank
come and go too.
I know.
He not consistent, but he's very, very underrated in my opinion.
He would definitely get the job done for you. He would get the job done.
Is
Yeah,
Refrigerator Perry the best defensive lineman of all time?
what. I'll bet you anything that Flacco could have done better with the Jets than Aaron Rodgers did.
Oh, you damn right he did. He did.
He did, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He won more as a Jet than Aaron Rodgers did.
Exactly.
Did Aaron Rodgers kill somebody?
Aaron Rodgers kills me.
Aaron Rodgers kills him, right?
That's about. I ain't never heard that.
I never heard shit like
Kill
that.
somebody.
He killed some coaches.
Nah, there's a dude who killed somebody, man, and he ended up going to jail, going to
You know about
prison.
Henry Ruggs? That's that man.
No, I thought
You
that
talking
dude's name
about
was
Ruggs.
Aaron something.
Nah, Henry Ruggs. That's the man that was getting drunk and he drove and he
Yeah.
backed some lady.
No, this dude murdered someone.
Murder?
Yeah.
Only
And,
thing I know is
and
that,
it was Aaron somebody.
I swear to God,
Lawrence
it's Aaron
Phillips.
Hernandez.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez.
The dude's a hitman.
Yes.
Hitman.
God.
He killed his sister's fiance.
He killed like 3 motherfuckers.
Aaron Hernandez, bro. He was a hitman.
All right. Let's segue back into wrestling here, motherfuckers.
I mean, I'm saying we got
we talking about Aaron Rodgers and murdering motherfuckers and da 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 da. We
We
should really
we
talk about
got
wrestling.
round table rock and roll, drinking,
Murder,
football,
motherfuckers.
basketball, murder, and wrestling.
Yo,
For real.
you get
So
all over here in the
so
variety.
speaking of murder, what's your favorite wrestling angle where someone got murdered? Mine's Paul Bearer.
My favorite is EY because I didn't have to see him on my TV.
They did kill EY. Man.
And I've been trying to figure this out. How the fuck you gonna murder somebody and then bring his ass back?
Bro. Reincarnation?
Different.
Afterlife. I don't know.
He had a second chance.
Yeah, he got a second chance.
He was
Yeah,
like,
second
hey,
chance
you can come
somehow.
back.
Maybe he went downstairs and Sullivan didn't want him, so he threw his ass back.
Man. Who did JBL kill? Didn't JBL kill somebody?
I don't know. Did JPL kill somebody?
Ran over somebody with his limo or something? Or rammed a car with his limo?
It should have been Orlando Jordan.
Nah.
No.
I know Steve Austin killed Vince McMahon. Or DX killed Vince McMahon. Somebody killed Vince McMahon.
Yeah, how the hell? No,
DX killed him and he came back too.
That crane fall. How the hell that survived? How did he die? How did he not die?
He didn't.
Stone Cold, Danny tried to kill Triple H before.
Yeah. What's the Undertaker? The Undertaker got killed by who killed the Undertaker? I don't even remember. Was it Mankind? Mankind and Terry Gordy. They killed him, man. It's in the 90s. They buried him alive. Killed his ass.
Man, I can't tell you how many times that dude got buried alive and killed, and he be laying in the grave and shit with all that dirt on him, and then you see his hand come up out that motherfucker.
Right.
AJ Styles got killed too that same way.
Man, kill AJ Styles.
Just be out, this exposed, trying to reach for the stars or something like that. Trying to live.
Talk about reach for the stars.
I'm still alive.
He was walking down in hell, down in the dirt, Undertaker.
Oh, he killed John Cena.
Then why ain't that motherfucker dead?
JBL killed John Cena, I think.
Why? Or when?
I don't know, man.
Still walking around.
Speaking of John, what y'all think about his heel title run?
It's good and terrible.
This shit is ass burgers, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Good and terrible.
It started out hot, it started sizzling, then once you get closer, it started to get a little
Dude. So
fuzzy.
having that match with Cody and not performing killed it.
Well, you talking about the Mania match? You talking about the tag match or what?
No, I'm talking about the Mania match. A lot of people say the problem was that Travis Scott came out and The Rock didn't show up and blah, blah, blah. To me, the problem was the match was freaking terrible. And we all know Cody Rhodes is not terrible. So whose fault was it?
It was John.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now you got this other bitch trying to be like Travis Scott, Cardi B. What's up with that shit?
I mean, don't try me.
You don't mind a tag match player? Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
All right,
Cardi B versus Sexy Red. Cardi B
all of a
versus
sudden
Sexy
you got
Red.
Candace coming out with DIY. What's up with that shit?
Candice Michelle?
No, Candice LeRae.
Candice Michelle.
I said Candice Michelle. That bitch ain't been around in 20 fucking years.
As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, he's talking about his wife. As soon as I said it. That's his wife, man. That's automatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if they know what's good for him, Jimmy would be coming out with Bianca. Bianca needs some backup, man. Everybody
you mean
trying to jump her. No, Montez is married to not Bianca.
Naomi and Jimmy.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Naomi and Jimmy. Bianca, yeah, Montez should be with Bianca. Jimmy should be with Naomi. That's fine, man, dude. My bad.
Yeah, Tyson and Maddie were together.
So why did they take the heavyweight title off Jay? Besides motherfuckers getting tired of saying the word yeet.
But they're not. That's the thing.
4 letters, 1 word.
Yeet.
No, I seen that it was planned. I seen that. I read by accident that it was a planned short title reign with Jay have his moment and then Gunther's going to take the title back from him. That's
And I
what
mean,
I.
that's totally possible, dude.
And
Like,
and they finna put the Usos back together. That's why they did it.
I mean, we'll see. I think that's
We'll see how
silly.
that goes.
That's a
I
big
think
step
it's silly
backwards
too.
for Jay.
But if you think about it, you know, okay, I'm not caught up on SmackDown. I just saw last week's SmackDown last night, and then
I ain't seen SmackDown in a month.
yeah, I had neither until yesterday or last night, and let's see, what did they say? That piece of garbage Wade Barrett said that
Whoa.
that Jimmy really has been lackluster and whatnot. And
Yeah, because Jimmy don't have the same level of charisma that Jay has,
no, he don't.
and he also doesn't have the same opportunities that Jay has.
No, so some people would think that it would make sense to put them back together to help Jay to help Jimmy get over. But I think you're right. I think it would be going backwards for Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if your goal is to help Jimmy, but if your goal is to, I don't know.
If your goal is to go out on your own and be successful, then you don't put them back together.
Right. If your goal is to create a single star,
but then
Jay.
you got Jay. Then you got Jay up here. You know, at the top. You all right, Keith? You froze.
Right.
You got Jay up here at the top.
I did?
And then you got, yeah, you frozen right now, dude.
Oh shit.
Now you going mad.
Are you
Now
sure?
you going mad slow.
You sure about the test topics? Weird. I don't know what's going on, man. I moved into my kitchen, but my Wi-Fi should still be.
You
active.
got Jimmy, or you got Jay, all at the top being a single star, and then you got Jimmy, like swimming and kind of drowning in the mid to lower card people.
Brother, step it up.
I mean, that's the way wrestling is. But you're right. If you're doing that, then you got to step it up.
Not everybody can be Edge and Christian, and not everybody can be Matt and Jeff. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can try.
Yeah.
That's why they say you have your Shawn Michaelses and your Marty
Right.
Jannetty.
Sometimes you got to be Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
You got to be you're the Marty Jannetty of the tag team.
Sometimes you got to be AJ Styles and Air Paris.
Right.
Sometimes, or you got to be low card.
Right. Nah, dude. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander are both superstars, man. But you can't always be Ethan Page and Josh Alexander.
No.
You know, sometimes somebody fucking falls off, and that's just how it goes.
And that's Jimmy right now. And that's been Jimmy for a minute since they broke up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, correct me if I'm wrong. You know my memory. Didn't Jay win their WrestleMania match?
Yeah, he won. He won that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, ever since
that match was freaking terrible, though.
I thought so. But see,
from what I heard, they cut their time, so they didn't get to do as much as they wanted to do. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure either Jimmy or Jay said that. So that's something. Like I said, if I don't hear it from the person who was in it,
then I don't believe it.
Yeah,
but but it's like like you said, Keith. Jay be getting all these opportunities. I mean, look, he was the heavyweight champion. He was just in the main event with main event tag with Cena and Logan and Cody. And
so Jay? This is what needs to happen, dude.
Or where's Jimmy? Jimmy wasn't even on the damn pay-per-view.
Jimmy needs to get drunk with somebody and come up with some funny shit and do a press conference, and then he'll be good.
And then put somebody through a table, like Cena did with Truth, before we all got worked.
And then he'll be good.
Yep.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Gotta make a moment.
I don't know if you guys got Kroger where you're at. I know Chad don't.
Kroger is like Picket Save, dude.
I got Giant. Ain't that like the same thing down there? Kroger?
I don't know, but they got their own brand, dude. I'm telling you, private selection.
Yeah, I mean, Kroger's Picket Save. I could get Kroger shit at Picket Save.
Word. So if you
Yeah.
get you some private selection, caramel and praline pecans ice cream.
Say it again. Caramel Select.
No, private selection, caramel, praline pecans
Okay. Ice cream.
ice cream. You are gonna feel like Kurt Angle when the Undertaker came back with his original gimmick.
They're gonna shock you.
No,
When you do the
dude, you don't
lightning
know what
bolt.
Kurt Angle said. You don't know what Kurt Angle said. He said that because he was wrestling Undertaker. Well, not wrestling Undertaker. He was wrestling somebody else, and then Undertaker came out with the gimmick, did the lightning and the ring collapsed and shit. You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
So-
That's what I was thinking of.
He said that when the Undertaker came out, he had an orgasm.
Hey, yo.
Damn.
That's why he had that look on his face.
Yeah, you eat this ice
That's why
cream,
he had that look on his face.
you're gonna feel like Kurt Angle. It's delicious.
Oh,
Telling
That's
you.
funny as hell. Sad orgasm.
all right, we got like 45 minutes left. We need to like
Talk to us.
figure out what the fuck we gonna do.
Oh,
We sit here bullshitting and it's fun as hell, but
nigga said,
I mean,
he had orgasm.
I mean,
man
shit,
said
we
he
just
had an
talked about Kurt
orgasm.
Angle's orgasms. You know,
I'm saying I'm pretty sure the motherfuckers don't want to hear about Kurt Angle's orgasms.
bro,
I'm almost positive, dude.
man.
As long as he's at his peak when he was doing it. Hey, he's at his peak of powers. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he said.
Right.
Man,
Hey Ralph, before you
Yeah.
leave, can you bring me a soda? Thank you.
so
Okay.
See,
I
Keith,
don't know,
that's
man.
my
Y'all,
brother. That's my brother being a good bitch.
oh shit,
Hey, you better make sure you ain't heard that, dude.
The motherfucker's right there. I say it all the time, and you know what he tells me. You know what he says back?
what's that?
Best bitch you ever knew.
Oh man, oh man.
Hey, he knows his role.
I
That's what
mean,
I say
speaking of
too.
people
He
being
knows his role.
speaking of people being little bitches,
Thank you.
Best
I
bitch
do
you
not
ever
like the
knew.
way they're treating Juicy Jane as the champion.
Oh yeah. At least they put Mariah at that table, but it feels like they're setting up for her, but her and
Wait, Mariah's already in the title scene?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the girls
might as
came
well.
out and chokeslammed her through a table.
right.
That's crazy. I'm not caught up on NXT either. I have it on a DVR. I
Dude.
just haven't seen it yet.
Unfortunately, NXT does not have a lot of storylines. Like you get the family, you know.
Yeah.
There's a couple
and
little
you
things.
got that who's that crew that you always be telling me about, that Hill crew?
Dark
The-
State.
Yeah. They
They ain't got no storyline, dude. They just pop up and beat people up.
It seems
That's not
like
storyline.
It seems like it seems like 1 week they're together, the next week they're not. Kind of like AEW. 1 week Adam Page is face, the next week he's heel.
Oh, yeah. No, there's nobody like Dark State ain't like that. Dark State's deal is they just show up, beat people up.
Reminded of the Shield
Well,
2.0.
You know,
That's what people say, but
I don't get Shield vibes. I get
I think
I
the Shield
mean-
had more direction.
Shield.
I mean, and I'm saying it does get kind of old when you got crews coming out and fucking shit up, because
Mhm.
you go back to the Shield, you go back to Nexus. With
Well, this is the thing,
when Daniel Bryan choked the shit out of Justin Roberts with his own tie and got fired.
He didn't really get fired. That was lies.
I'm saying
Lies.
he got fired and then John Cena got his job back.
Kayfabe.
That's what
Hey,
everybody was
kayfabe.
saying.
Work. Dude, they
Kayfabe,
actually fired Justin Roberts for selling it, which is hilarious.
What the heck?
that's funny shit, dude.
Yeah, they sold
That's
They
crazy.
fired Justin Roberts for selling it, dude.
That's crazy.
That's
so
great.
ass
For real?
That's why he got fired, because they said that he made it look too violent.
Really?
That I
How you
didn't
not
know.
supposed to make it? How do you not take
Yep.
getting choked out? Not violent.
For real? How
Bro, and now you got Kenny Omega on national TV puking up dark ass blood with his
Like,
eyes rolling in the back of his head.
Right. You about to turn into a zombie. Good grief.
trying to do his best impression of Taker.
Man,
If he
dude, I'll
start
tell you what,
biting
Kenny
motherfuckers, I
Omega
believe it.
has some pink ass whatever that part of your eyeballs is called. When his eyes were rolled up, that shit looked crazy. It did not look natural.
Yeah. Okay, so
Man.
how has anybody watched or has either one of you watched Omega and Okada from New Japan any of their matches?
Yeah, I have.
It was long as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I had to go halfway because I was like, man,
Now, do you think?
Like,
Do
y'all.
you think that? Okay, a couple questions. One, do you think that he's overdoing it with selling this whatever he got? I can't remember the name of it.
Diverticulitis. Is
Yeah,
that how you say it?
diverticulitis.
A little.
Diverticulitis.
They
So,
stretching it a little
You
bit.
think he's overselling it?
dude, bro, I think that they could have got the point across without the blood and
Yeah.
stuff. I don't think they had to do that.
Nah,
We already know that he had a life-threatening
I mean,
disease.
he had to have, somebody told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he
Mhm.
had to have like a foot or two of his intestines fucking cut out or some shit.
Yeah.
That's true, right?
Yeah, so we already know that.
So
Okada,
I mean, come on, how
Okada
predictable?
giving him all those elbow drops and stuff was
How-
enough to know that
How
he was
fucking
messed up.
predictable can you be to go to his fucking stomach all the goddamn time?
No, I mean, dude, I'm saying do that because it makes sense. You're smart, you know,
Yeah.
but you don't have to freaking throw up blood. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to throw
Yeah.
up blood. You don't have to.
Did he put
It's
the
like
key up there for you?
it's like when Stone Cold wore that freaking knee brace. If you're not going to work his knee, you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like when anybody has an injury. If you don't work it, then you got a problem.
yeah, it makes you look stupid. So I'm all for like gut busters and elbows to the middle of the midsection. All for all that.
But you don't got to be puking blood.
But it doesn't
up
have
or
to go
whatever.
that far. We get the message. We get the point.
Yeah.
Sell it. That's what shows us that it hurts. You don't need to throw up blood. You don't need to die. You know, like, come on, man. Speaking of Okada, though, my dream match right now is Okada and Tozawa. I think they would destroy it, dude.
The dream match I wanted to see at All In London when it was there, and they had the opportunity
Mhm.
was either it's three of them actually, Omega and Punk, Okada
Yeah.
and Punk, or
That one.
Tanahashi and Punk.
Nice.
Ooh.
I think those matches would be dope as hell.
Yeah.
And then Bryan Danielson and Tony Khan had to go fuck it all up and fire him for something that wasn't his fault.
I mean, I don't think he was happy anyway, though. Regardless.
He
It
wasn't.
probably would have happened later down the line. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny Boston's coming on
Oh, he is?
for the last 45 minutes or so.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Till later.
Here
Well,
comes
what was
Johnny
the name of the
Boston.
Okay.
I got ice cream on my face.
Yes, you do. Just pull up. Okay.
Ice cream is delicious. Well, I let him in, so whenever he pops up, if he's driving, he might be having connection issues. You never know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I honestly didn't think he'd come on if he was driving, but then I could be like Pablo and bitch and whine because somebody pulling out our fucking bullshit.
hold on now.
I mean, I am just out of my mind enough to do it while I'm driving, but not today.
Okay,
Oh,
right,
I'm
that's cool, brother.
impressed.
That's enough.
I got to get a mount for my phone. Then I can do
Okay.
more stuff in my car. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking at my ceiling.
Good times.
Later.
So, you see the Kenny Omega thing? We're kind of talking about that right now.
No.
Okay, so you know he's got diverted. You don't say that shit, man.
You got the
Diverticulitis. Thank you.
Diverticulitis.
Yes.
Yeah. So they did an angle where Okada jumped him during their press conference signing and repeatedly attacked his midsection. And then he rolled out of they put him on a stretcher and Okada top rope elbow dropped the stretcher. So then he fell off the stretcher and started throwing up like blood. And it was dark blood, so it looked like internal bleeding. You know what I mean? It was like pretty damn convincing. And he rolled his eyes up into the back of his head and was shaking.
Any word on if it was a work or? If
it was definitely a work. 100% a work. Yeah.
Good.
So my thing about it is they didn't need to go that far with it. Like we already know that his stomach is jacked up. You don't
Right.
need to freaking make it look like he's about to die for us to have sympathy for him.
No,
You
and
know?
I never understood angles where they go over the top like that. It makes me
Yeah.
think of when Abyss was they had him turning heel and had him running roughshod over everyone in the back.
I remember
But
that.
but they were having people like X-Pac, face down in a pool of blood. And that was
Right.
it. They write him off
Right.
the TV and that never gets addressed again. Rob Van Dam gets torn to shreds by Janice.
Yeah.
Never gets addressed again. Nobody has a mark or a scar on them except Abyss.
Right.
It's just it's one of those. I don't mind it if they're gonna go over the top, but do something with it. When Raven put out Scotty Riggs' eye with a beer bottle, that dude wore an eye patch for the next 5 years.
For the rest of his career.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just
Till he
like, you know
showed
what
up
it
in
reminds me
ECW.
of?
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? And I don't know who will remember this besides Keith. Dude, you remember Iron Mike Sharp, right?
Of course. Ah.
One of the best jobbers in the 80s.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
the
call him a
arm
jobber
break.
in front of Kevin.
In front of who?
In front of Kevin. Vinny Ferrari.
Oh,
Our boy Vinny is such a big fan of Iron Mike Sharp, dude. He's like, he was an Intercontinental title contender and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude.
that's just like Barry. That's just like Barry Horowitz. He was a champion everywhere else but WWE. He was a jobber in the WWE
Yep, that's
and a
fine.
champion in
Southern
Florida
champion.
and everywhere else.
He's
Well,
like one of
tag
the
team
only
champion.
jobbers in WWE to ever get a mild push at that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what JYD did in Mid South, and look where he was in WWF.
Yeah.
Horowitz wins.
Horowitz wins.
What are
Wait,
you
wait.
barking at? Be quiet.
I assume you were going to talk about Iron Mike Sharp's
The
30-year
arm thing.
injury, right?
And
Yeah.
then Cowboy Bob Orton was the
Same with
thing.
Orton. Bro, sometimes, I'll tell you this. If you're a wrestler and you have a fracture in your arm, but you continue to compete,
Yeah.
I mean,
That shit
dude,
is not
it
gonna
might,
get better.
it might not heal. It might not heal. You know
But
what I'm saying?
that's not what happened.
All right, so
Get
hold
over
on now.
here,
I broke.
Cam.
You don't have
and come
any-
back to the real world.
You don't have any proof that that's not what happened.
All right, that's just like people saying that El Grande is not motherfucking Chad Gable.
El Grande is not Chad Gable.
Kelsey
I'm
Green.
so tired of this, Michael Cole.
Kelsey Green, get real.
No,
Thank
did you hear what's his nuts? The backstage dude from SmackDown last week talking about
His nuts.
I can't remember
Byron?
the black dude. Byron,
Byron Saxton.
Oh, Byron Scott.
Byron Saxton. You said
Byron
Byron
Saxton.
Scott.
Oh my god.
Byron Scott. Byron Saxton. Hold on.
All right,
Three-point shooters.
Oh my god.
Byron
Somebody-
Saxton or
somebody-
Byron Scott said,
Byron Scott.
El Grande Americano Gable.
Here you go.
Haters, dude.
Yeah, they
That's all it
deny
is, man.
it. It's
That's all
not
it
Dude, they don't even look the same.
right. They got a different tan. You see the tan that
They
Chad
don't
got?
even speak.
He barely
the
got a
same
tan.
languages. Come
El
on.
Grande Americano got a tan. That's
know, though,
the difference. Come
Speaking
on.
of Mexican wrestlers and wrestling in Mexico, I gotta
No
say
contract.
real quick, Hangman Adam Page put on a better promo in Spanish than most people cut in English in their native language.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I should
Boston.
say. Like,
I didn't see that.
dude legitimately came out and basically he
Boston,
thanked
did
the
you hear?
crowd in a very sincere and
Johnny,
meaningful. What's up?
did you hear Excalibur say that Adam obviously doesn't know Spanish and he sucked at his promo?
Woo.
No, because I mean it flowed. I saw it and I thought I thought the crowd reaction to it was brilliant.
I agree with you. I agree.
You know what I mean? I think
I liked it.
I think he handled it. Even if he doesn't speak Spanish regularly, I'm
That was
kind of
fucking
gonna
awesome,
have to
dude.
call bullshit because that dude sounds fluent.
He wasn't
Right.
He
speaking
didn't
there.
sound like he
Speaking
was
of them,
reading off a script. If anything, he had that memorized. you
Right.
know.
Yep. And he did. Well, if he didn't know Spanish and he pulled it off like that, he did an awesome fucking job.
In Mexico. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say so.
Is that on this week? Because I haven't watched this
it
week's
was on.
AEW.
Yeah, that's a Grand Slam Mexico, dude.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Man,
I might fall asleep, but I'll try to watch it.
Yeah, no, MJF thoroughly entertaining in Mexico as
Yeah.
well as America.
Nice.
I still
but,
don't.
I only caught little bits and pieces of it, but I wanted to point that out because it's not often that a promo catches my attention these days. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
sure.
still don't understand why they got it. Why any company has to do the whole gimmick with pulling the mask off the lucha?
Because
in
that's-
Mexico, that
Dude,
means
yeah.
something completely different.
You're taking their
Mexico-
identity.
In Mexico, that's the equivalent of ripping off Hulk Hogan's face.
For real?
For
Yeah.
real. I'm
Mhm.
dead serious.
Serious.
Listen, man, there have been Mexican wrestlers in the 50s and 60s that
Yeah.
didn't take their masks off, but were TV and movie stars.
Right. Right.
All right. They acted under their wrestling persona,
Yep.
and they'll be
Yep.
wearing a 3-piece suit or a police outfit and their mask. Because
So
that's
So
how
they'd be wearing the
ingrained
suit and they'd be
into
wearing
their-
the mask at the same time.
Well, that's how
And I mean-
ingrained into their identity it is. So
And it's-
imagine if when Hogan faced the Iron Sheik in the 80s, instead of beating the Iron Sheik turned around and ripped Hulk Hogan's face off and just held it up for the crowd to see. And you know what I mean? Again, gruesome and obviously
That's giving me some fucked up visions, bro.
well, it's a very over the top
That is a
example.
visual right there.
It's a very over the top example,
Yeah.
obviously. But imagine if somebody just came out walking in here and shaved my goatee off and then held it up as a trophy in front of you guys. That's the equivalent. It's part of, but it's deeper. Again,
It's part of
down
their
there,
identity. It's part of.
Yeah.
It's not a gimmick. It's their identity type thing.
which is part of why when Rey Mysterio unmasked in WCW treated it like a joke because of the way the NWO was doing it. And you can see Rey Mysterio was trying not to friggin' cry, and I don't blame him. Like, that was horrific.
And I
he
don't
looked
know
like
if
a
you guys
10-year-old
saw-
kid wrestling for the next 6 months. Like,
I don't know if you guys saw Eric on I think it was Who Destroyed WCW. Eric said that if he had the choice to do it again, he probably would.
of
course he would.
And
Yeah,
he'd
Eric
screw up
Bischoff
again.
is never going to say he did anything wrong.
He doesn't have an ECW to rip off this time around, so he'd
Yeah.
rip off GCW, he'd rip off like all the smaller indie promotions and everything, and he'd get caught. He'd get in the internet era the way it is now, as opposed to in 1998 when it couldn't even buy candy at the store alone. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
So-
The way
so-
that dude still tries to say that he created the NWO. Dude,
he did.
He didn't. He brought the idea over from Japan.
I'm saying he did. He did as far as he
As
did
far as
in his
bringing it to
mind. He
America.
thinks he created the NWO.
He brought
and
it
all
to
he did was
America.
copy the Bullet Club.
No, Bullet Club didn't even exist.
Yeah.
Bullet
Wait.
Club copied the NWO.
I
If
thought
anything,
Bullet
yeah.
Club. I thought Bullet Club went all the way back to the mid '90s. They did.
No.
Mm.
No,
See,
Bullet Club.
I
was
know
like,
I know a lot about wrestling, but there's still stuff I learn every day, whether it's from you
no,
or Keith or anybody else.
The NWO was a Japanese faction, and it was identical to the NWO we got, but it existed for a full year or more before Hall and Nash even left WWE. Like it existed in Japan before. I'm drawing a blank on the name because I am terrible with Japanese names in particular. I butcher them all the time. But was it Matcha?
It's kind of like Joe
Michinoku?
Tess.
Was it Michinoku that was in both? He was in the American NWO and the
No, that was Chono.
That was
Chono.
Chono.
Masahiro
Yeah.
Chono. Thank you.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting it wrong, and I knew it was friggin' right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, with Chono. I remember that.
But he was in the Japanese and the American NWO at the same time, and he was like, there was a handful that were doing that. Scott Norton is another example. When he was
Scott
in the
Dorn did that
American,
all the
he
time.
was also in the Japanese NWO. NWO, the NWO Sting, specifically the fake Sting.
Right.
He still wrestles to this day as NWO Sting.
Yeah.
Or as the fake Sting. But he was another one. He would go to Japan all the time, and sometimes they would even have him just go out as Sting to fight the NWO. Like they bent and broke the rules so much overseas. But now, if you listen to Eric Bischoff, Japan didn't even exist until he built the NWO out of nothing, and then they copied him. Like
that. I'm sorry, that's complete bullshit.
Oh, it's 100% bullshit. Eric Bischoff is a bullshit artist, and not for nothing, he's a successful bullshit artist.
Yes, he is.
He's a multi-million dollar, laughing at me from on top of his wallet bullshit
So
artist.
look at this, all right.
But he's a straight-up liar.
Eric Bischoff took over MLW. He's the executive producer now, and one of the last shows that he did in LA, he doubled the profit of what they normally do. He pulled in $2 million instead of $1 million. So he got to be doing something right.
His name at this point carries so much. You can charge outlandish ticket prices because he's been in the business for 40 years.
Plus he's starting that new Fed with Hogan. That new Fed with Hogan is supposed to be supposed to come out soon.
Real American Wrestling.
Real Wrestling.
My money's on
I don't even know if they got a TV deal, but
Real American Wrestling can kiss my Real American.
Right.
I'm guessing Johnny is not a fan of the Real American Wrestling.
Yeah. They can take a bite off his turtle. That turtle can give them nightmares. Jeez Louise. Man. The shot. The fuck.
Oh, it's actually called Real American Freestyle. My bad.
It is?
Freestyle.
Yeah.
When does it start, Keith? Does it say anything?
Oh, they got a whole website up and stuff. Let's see.
They got some details on some where they going.
August 30th. August 30th in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, take guys to Cleveland. Sell like 40 tickets. Take guys to Cleveland, man.
Sell your ass like 40 tickets.
I want to go to Cleveland. I want to know that.
I wonder if they're gonna get TV.
No, I don't know.
They better be lucky to be on the local channels.
Yeah, because dude, I'm
like
saying even
be like us and be on public access.
Bro, speaking of speaking of stuff that's wrestling adjacent but is not wrestling.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the lineup for American Gladiators?
I did.
I caught a quick glimpse, but I didn't catch the whole thing.
I know Wardlow and Camille are going to be on.
Oh yeah, I know. I knew Wardlow was going to be there.
Yeah, Camille too.
I seen Rick Boogs too.
Oh yep. He's great, dude.
Who?
Remember the dude that used to play the guitar with Shinsuke?
Yeah, with the big mustache.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The Alice out. Oh yeah.
But I wonder if he's gonna get to be that guy.
No, he's gonna be straight.
Rock and roll Rick Boogs.
He's gonna be straight Eric Bugenhagen. What if that's his name?
I'll tell you what, dude,
Ramon.
Anything with Camille on it, I will be tuning in. So
hey,
Camille,
let's see if she can win. Anything can win.
Thom Latimer is a very lucky man.
Where? Well, see, now we see where Wardlow's at. Why can't he get on television?
Thom?
No, Wardlow. I'm talking.
Oh, Wardlow, man, I don't know.
I mean, they should have made the ops a 4-man crew, put Wardlow in there with Hobbs.
I don't know why they wouldn't just keep adding numbers. I mean, you know what I mean? The heels are doing that. Why don't you just keep adding big dudes to your group?
Right.
Now, from the way I've been watching, who's been keeping up with AEW?
Somewhat.
for the most part.
From the way it looks,
Mhm.
they're gonna have Mox beat Adam Page at All In.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
I
I have
hope
no
not.
idea. All I know is I am so over that stupid briefcase. It's not even funny.
Me too.
Dude, but they are. Do you think they're doing that unification match?
They are.
So there's a big belt for them to carry around because they're calling that the unified AEW championship. That's what it's going to be called.
I mean, you have
They
to
can't call it
imagine
Intercontinental title.
it'll kind of be wedged into that position at some point if they're already
Yeah.
announcing it now.
Dude, Okada better win, man. That's all I got to say,
Ooh, that would be sweet.
man.
I feel like
I mean,
we're gonna
Kenny
get,
Omega is Kenny Omega, but Okada's my guy right now.
I feel like we're gonna
I
get
think,
screwed, and it's gonna be somebody nobody expected, like Jericho.
Well, it's Okada and Omega wrestling. They're unifying their belts.
I get it.
So whoever wins is the,
but I
I mean,
still
how can
feel like
Jericho
there's
get his
gonna
way
be
in there?
Dude, you know what, man?
I'm not
ECW
ready.
happened. I'm just putting that out
Yeah.
there. All right.
I hope not. I mean, dude, if it happens, I will shit my pants.
What?
I'll be like, how did Johnny know this?
I'm just
Because
saying.
it's not even
and I'm
on the
not
freaking
saying
match
that's
card.
What, if
specifically
Jericho
what's
get
going to
in
happen.
there?
I'm just saying you never know when somebody's going to come out with some long forgotten stipulation or rematch clause or money in the bank esque gimmick and just
Man,
completely break all our brains because they feel like it.
man. Dude, so did you guys watch that 8-man tag? Speaking of the ops
Yeah.
with the Callis family?
Was that an 8-man or a 10-man?
It was an 8-man.
There's
I
It was
saw-
just on AEW last week.
I saw a 10-man in the show they had in Mexico.
No, this was the week before. I haven't watched the show from Mexico yet.
Oh, you talking about
it was
the
10-man
family
ops versus Death Row.
parents?
Yeah, I saw that.
So
But
do you
I don't
guys?
remember the 8-man.
Okay, well, I might refresh your memory. Do you guys think that Lance Archer forgot that he was in the match? Or
Yeah.
do you think, right? He forgot he was in the match, right?
He forgot.
He definitely did forget.
I was like, what the hell is going
forgot.
on?
That shit tripped me out, bro.
They're like, well, apparently it's going to be a 3-on-4. And then Nigel tried to save it. He was like, Lance Archer's so big, he can see what's going on in the ring.
Yep.
And then somebody got thrown out. And after they got thrown out, he got up on the apron. I feel like someone was like, hey, man, you know you're supposed to be in this fucking match, right?
Yeah. Like
I thought I got eliminated.
That was
completely
crazy, dude.
forgot.
I thought it was 3-on-3.
That was freaking crazy. I was
Thought it
like,
was there
why
for
is
moral
Lance Archer? Dude.
I
It
thought
was-
Trent was wrestling.
I thought
Say,
Trent
is he
was
trying to be
wrestling.
Jake's protege in every way? What the hell?
Like that.
Oh, man. But yeah, Lance Archer was just chilling on the
Yeah.
floor while everybody else was wrestling. That dude was supposed to be in the match.
Exactly. Yeah,
Smoked a whole
he
bunch of
forgot.
crack.
They
He
deep as
forgot.
shit though. That family deep as hell. So he
Yeah.
probably did that. He probably thought someone else was going to work. They is deep.
I like
And
the
he's like,
Callis
where's Mark
family.
Davis? And he's supposed to be in
The
this match.
Callis family reminds me in a lot of ways of the Heenan family. Just,
Right.
just
Uh-huh.
brute heels. Just that's
Yeah.
it. The simple, effective, like
Mm-hmm.
So
beautiful.
okay, so here's a question about Okada. So
Okay.
Okada was supposed to be chilling with the young idiots,
Right.
and now he turned to Callis. So is he still chilling with the idiots, or is he part of the Don Callis family now?
I think Callis just doesn't like Omega.
I think he's just being his own like assassin that's kind of working for whoever the best bidder is at the moment.
Yeah.
He gave a little.
I think, yeah.
Gave a little extra. So
I think
And-
Callis came out because he doesn't like
Yeah.
Omega.
Specifically
Callis,
in Okada's case, yeah, I agree.
yeah.
mostly that.
Callis came
And I
out.
think-
Callis will come out to anybody who's wrestling Omega and try and hit him up and be like, "Yo, you know,
Didn't
to try to
Okada
get back
and
at
Jericho
Omega."
have a feud?
Maybe. Okada and
Remember him,
Jericho?
right? Yeah.
I don't think so. Okada, Jericho. I don't think they.
I thought they did when Jericho was doing his goofy Painmaker gimmick.
No, that was
Man, I
that was
wasn't watching.
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi.
Man.
That was
Oh,
Tanahashi,
you're
I
right.
believe.
You're absolutely right. Yep. Yep, I did a dumb. Yep.
That's all right.
Okada's been a heel pretty much the whole time he's been in AEW, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, he has. And some people think that's not smart because if you pay an Okada, the most money on the car or the most money in the company besides Mercedes, you probably want to like buy his gimmicks and whatnot and make money off
Tell
him.
you what, dude, I would buy a shirt that says "bitch" on it.
I would
I
too.
would buy the shit out of that shirt, dude.
I would buy.
I would
Okada,
buy-
they need to make a shirt with Okada giving people a finger and saying "bitch" below it or some
They
shit.
do, man. I would buy the shit out of that shirt.
For real.
I won't wear it nowhere, but
Me either.
Wear it out. Like, bitch.
oh man,
Throw that in the background. Dude.
hell yeah. Okada's great though.
I love me some Okada. Always have.
Agreed.
Yeah.
7-time IWGP heavyweight champion.
Man.
And he's held his continental title for like 300 and more than a year, 380 days, 85 days,
400.
some shit. And he barely defends it.
Hey, that's wrestling, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know.
Right.
And then I don't know why they're unified the belts, but I mean,
I don't know. I legitimately think it's because
all of Japan.
Because they got to have a belt that can represent the company. Moxley has the belt in a damn suitcase.
Yeah.
You know? I really think that's why. Especially once I heard the name of it. Like, they're basically making a second heavyweight championship.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Exactly.
It's just like WWE. There's a WWE championship and there's a world championship. It's about to be the same. It's about to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Spell me on Collision. Since I put Collision.
And the thing I don't understand is both Tony Khan and Mox know that his tail reign is not getting over and know that he basically sucks. But yet he keeps the title and he keeps it in the case.
Damn.
It's bizarre.
I mean,
sure. It makes me wonder what the hell's going on with it because it's
dude.
Bizarre beyond storyline at this point.
So let me ask you a question, man. You and your best friend, right? Y'all have been through the ups and the downs. Y'all been best friends for forever. And then this dude who's good friends with your old friend comes around, and y'all got this team, and y'all got this name, and you got a catchphrase. This dude comes around and takes over the team, takes over the catchphrase, freaking starts making everything all about him. Who is the bad guy in that situation?
The interloper.
Right. So how is Edge the freaking babyface in the FTR thing?
I have no idea, to be perfectly honest.
Makes no sense.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you how. Concerto.
Yeah.
The overkill. Well, I guess the overkill.
Yeah, the only thing that really sells is the violent.
If I remember correctly, wasn't Edge the one that got attacked?
Right, so that's why he's the babyface, because they got fed up with his shit and attacked him. But they got fed up with his shit because he was being a dickhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
being a dick.
You're not wrong.
He kept intruding on that moment.
Because he was trying to make everything about himself, like FTR said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 100% why, and it was legitimate.
When they all came out, all I could think to myself is, "Man, the new Brood is chubby."
like when they would say top guys out, and Edge would say, "Hold on, rated FTR out." That's heel shit.
Yeah, that's heel shit.
That really is. That's
that's heel shit, dude. All the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do with it. They keep saying, people keep speculating they're going to bring Edge and Christian back together, which
I don't see it.
Weird.
They say, I mean, all I've been hearing since they both been in AEW is that they both want to end their career there, and they both want to end their career as a tag team.
I don't know how they're going to do that.
I really don't see it. I don't see how they could bring them both back together as faces.
I'll tell you how they can do it in one word.
What?
Gangrel.
Dude, I'll tell you how they can do it. They just come out and they go Edge and Christian, and the crowd
Okay.
fucking nuts.
So
You
I
know,
remember back in
that's-
the day.
the crowd is Kurt Angle, if you know what I'm saying.
Just
That's
Gangrel
how they do it.
comes out, tells them both to come out, bitch slaps both of them, and gets them on the same page.
So
Yeah,
I
I
will
mean-
tell you this: one, it was last year some point. I think Gangrel ended up doing an appearance on Raw, and then he was
You're
supposed to be on AEW, and AEW canceled it.
No, they didn't
Right.
cancel him. He was in AEW as well. The Bucks
Right.
kicked the shit out of him.
But wasn't that later on? Wasn't that later? Because I thought he was supposed to. Because they said
Maybe.
I read.
I'm not positive on that note, but I do know he was in AEW.
No, he was in
either-
AEW. I just don't think. I think it was a
You might be
later
right.
date.
You
than he
might
was
be right.
supposed to be.
I'm not positive on the dates. I just know he was in
Me
both
either.
within the same year.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm just saying, I personally, I mean, I don't know if you would still consider it the modern era because it's in the 2000s at least, from the 90s into the 2000s. Edge and Christian, most of my favorite tag teams are from the 80s because I feel like the 80s was kind of the golden era of tag team wrestling.
I
Edge
agree.
and Christian is my favorite tag team, not from the 80s.
See, it's
I
funny.
love Edge and Christian.
Same. I loved
Dude.
Edge and Christian. I loved the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, APA. But like, I loved Legion of Doom even way back when they looked like leather daddies. I loved
Right.
I loved Domination.
Down in the village.
When they right out of the village, dude, with the mustaches and everything.
Yeah.
But I remember Demolition before and during the Crush era.
Right.
I mean, like, you're not wrong about the 80s. And again, for me personally, my favorite tag team of the 80s was the Rockers.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
They're my
Like,
second favorite.
I
That's
thought they
definitely
were
fair,
really-
dude.
I thought they had a dynamic gimmick where they helped each other out more than most tag teams.
Exactly.
And that's why, obviously,
But then-
8-year-old
but then
or
you got
10-year-old
people
me was
saying he's the
crying
Marty
when Sean
Jannetty of the
kicked him
tag
through the
team.
window.
Right.
Then,
I think
then you got people saying that dude's the Marty Jannetty of whatever other tag team.
It's an unfortunate saying that did derive from Marty Jannetty's drug use.
right. As far okay, so when it comes to the Rockers, right? When they first came out, people thought they were a ripoff of the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express.
And they were.
Yep.
Which they were 100%, but they were more athletic
Absolutely.
than either one of those teams. And I mean, that's
100%.
giving Bobby Eaton all the credit in the world.
And
You know
I'll
what I
never
mean? But
forget when Demolition had both of them gorilla pressed. I was like, oh, they're gonna throw them out of the Rumble right away. And like
Right.
Jannetty leaned over and like pulled Shawn Michaels free, and then Shawn Michaels pushed Jannetty free. I was like, dude, they're
Right.
working like a team. What is
yeah,
this?
exactly, dude.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. And I just think, the Rockers took that gimmick, that pretty boy rock and roll gimmick,
Glam
to
rock.
another level with their work.
They
Like,
absolutely
100%.
did.
They took the
Yeah.
glam rock look and the rebel, in-ring style.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
definitely did that.
But I do want to
100%.
say what I was getting to with the Edge and Christian thing is I want Edge and Christian to get back together because I love Edge and Christian.
Oh,
I mean,
I would love that shit too, dude.
When
I
Edge and
do
Christian,
too. And like it's like extra seasoning on it for me if Gangrel is there too, and they come
That would
back
be
with
cool.
the whole.
That
Dude,
would
if
be
they
cool.
come back with the Brood entrance, I will lose my goddamn mind. Like,
right.
even when
I mean-
Edge came back with the Brood style entrance in WWE, I was like, oh, it's so good.
yeah.
And they
Dude, so
half-assed it.
So Chad, we were talking earlier before Johnny got on here about when we lived together. Chad might remember this. I was the only person, because we used to have a lot of people coming in and out of our house, and our buddy Chet lived with us for a little while. I was the only person who legitimately thought that Edge and Christian were going to beat the Brothers of Destruction when they wrestled them for the tag team titles.
Yep.
And they lost in like 30 seconds. And I was so pissed.
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
was
lie.
so pissed.
Yep.
I thought the Hardy
was
Boys were going to win a lot more belts than they did in their younger days. Like, they were just ragdolls in their younger days. They were just
for
crash
sure.
test dummies until the Dudleys and the Edge and Christian and the, even the, like, the ad hoc teams that were like RVD and Jericho or RVD and Kane or somebody and someone else. Even those teams busted their ass in those TLC matches. You know what I mean? Like those were, that was a crazy era. But also, I can't imagine the amount of friggin' injuries like going untreated every single time they had a match.
Like, I don't know if you remember this, but speaking of the Hardys, I'm pretty sure their first feud in WWE was with Too Cool, right? And it was on like the B shows. It was on like Velocity and Metal.
I don't remember.
And Jack.
All I remember is the other night before the Hardys were ever a team, I saw Jeff Hardy before they were even a team taking on. He was jobbing against Waylon Mercy.
Oh, Waylon Mercy, sure.
And dude, it was magical because dude, Mercy held nothing back. Dude, he just killed Jeff. He just murdered poor Jeff Hardy.
So I don't know if you read their book, but it's funny because they weren't trained in the beginning. They put Omega together. It was a trampoline. They had the shows in a trampoline in their backyard, and then they saved up their money and bought a ring. And they were like, "Hey, let's have wrestling shows at the VFW or whatever."
Yeah.
And so they started bringing in guys, or no, Stallion saw their shows and stuff and started taking them on the road, but he wasn't training them yet either. And the first time he took them to an independent show, they didn't know to work left. And one of them, I don't remember if it was Matt or Jeff, got the shit kicked out of him by whoever they were working because they weren't working left. And so that was when Stallion was like, I need to teach these guys something.
These kids are gonna get killed.
Yeah.
That's like, have you guys, and I'm sure some of you have, but have you ever seen David Arquette versus Nick Gage?
I have.
Dude, when Nick Gage starts the match and he throws 180% of his ass into that first punch. Dude, I was like, it's over. I was like, Arquette's done. And then Arquette got up like, what are you doing?
Right. So I don't know if
nobody thought Arquette's in the ring against an animal.
Right. I don't know if you know the story, and I don't know if this is true or not, but Nick Gage has said that Arquette was like, look, I'm an actor. I'm not here to take all of this crazy shit. Like, you can't put me through a table. You can't put glass. Can't cut.
He begged him not to use the pizza cutter.
Yeah. He was like, you can't do this. You can't do that.
Gage
and then Gage was like, okay, and then got him out there and was like, fuck you. And
he agreed to that, and then he went and used the pizza cutter anyways. I'd be kind of pissed off too.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, he told him, we're not going to do anything too crazy, and then he went out there and beat his ass.
That's how I make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that kind of pissed me off because when he went at him with the light tube to the neck, I was like, all right, dude,
oh God, it looked like I'm surprised he's not dead.
That's the point. I mean, if I were David Arquette, I'd have got up and started swinging for real.
Right.
And I respect him a lot for not doing that.
Right.
But oh man, I would have lost my shit. I would have been like, "Oh, you're going after my neck? Okay, fair game."
Every time somebody says light tube, I think of Keith's boy.
Who's that?
Preacher.
Oh yeah, Preacher loves light tubes.
I hate light tubes.
Loves him some light tubes.
Yep. If you tell Preacher that light tube or that using light tubes isn't real wrestling or whatever the fuck you used to tell him, he would go freaking crazy.
Dude. So my favorite wrestling company of all time is the AWA. I don't care. I loved how the AWA was presented as a serious wrestling competition. Right on. But yeah, I loved how it was presented as a real athletic competition. I loved the commentary. A lot of people thought it was dry and boring, and that's fine. Whatever.
Well, it's like, have you seen Bloodsport? That's real similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like semi-shoot.
Or, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But one day, John, Brandon Prophet, Preacher, whatever you want to call him and I were having a conversation. And he said, I was talking about how I wasn't a big fan of like high spots, man. I liked wrestling that looked like a freaking fight or a competition at least. I don't like a lot of the goofy stuff. And he said,
give me the 10-minute fight from They Live. I'll take that in a wrestling
Hell
ring
yeah, dude.
any day.
Put that in a ring.
Put
Yeah, that
in
would
a
be
ring
amazing.
any day.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But he said you have to admit that if you set up a bed of light tubes and you put someone through it, it's the best spot of the night. And I said, dude, to me, that's not wrestling. And I misspoke because I shouldn't have said that. But he was like,
because
yeah,
if that was just a table and there were no light tubes,
yeah,
I'd pop.
Yeah, right.
Instantly. Like, so I agree with you completely. Light tubes take me out of the moment and take me instantly mentally to the ER. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if everybody's all right, if that's an artery, if that should be squirting like that, like, you know, or whatever the case may be. I wonder if they even have medical staff on hand, or if it's just some nurse from the Salvation Army, you know, that's on her night off. Like, it's terrifying, man. So it takes me out of it. Plus, you don't know if they took out the cancer or the carcinogenic dust from those tubes.
Some of them do.
Some of them take them out and fill them up with baby powder just to get the same explosion, you know, from it. But the other thing, I want you guys to realize this, and I'm letting you in on something right now that I maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Breaking glass is a psychological trigger that makes 99% of people feel better.
Interesting.
So it's an endorphin rush. The sound and the sight.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's an endorphin rush. Now, I want you to try and remember who the most popular wrestler of all time in the WWE was and how his intro music started.
Oh, hey, okay. That's interesting.
Because they got psychologists working for them too.
Yeah.
It's like Kane's music. Kane's intro music was designed to instantly strike fear into human beings because of the specific notes and tones that it uses. And it works.
I don't know if you guys remember Love and Rockets, but Daniel Ash, he said that there were certain notes that made humans' bodies uncomfortable.
Yep.
And he liked to put those notes in his songs.
Yep. Absolutely.
Very interesting.
You know the whole Devil's Triad or whatever, the three notes you're not supposed to play together. That's what that's what they say. That's the sound that birthed heavy metal when Black Sabbath was experimenting, and they put those three notes together, and that's the three notes to one of their most famous songs. I'm drawing a blank right now, but that's the three note. It's called the tritone. It's sometimes called the Devil's Tritone. Check it out. It's literally it's been considered like three notes you never play in succession by almost every religion in existence. So you'll never find it in like a hymn or like a happy church song or anything like that. But you'll find it in Black Sabbath real quick.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. But yeah, it literally ended up helping them develop their signature sound in the end.
Let's see, the Devil's Tritone.
All times, baby. Woo. That's trying to fall.
3 whole steps. Interesting.
Steps.
Funny because I can hear it. I can hear the Sabbath song in my head, but I can't place it.
Is that NIB?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on, I'm about to find out.
No, I think it was before NIB, wasn't it?
Oh, it's in Black Sabbath. It's in the song Black Sabbath.
Is the song Black Sabbath? That's why I'm driving myself up a wall. All right, cool. Definitely helped them with their signature sound.
Yeah. Yep, it's in the song Black Sabbath. That's cool. The Devil's Chord, the eerie history of Diabolos in Musica.
So here's one.
This is amazing.
Here's one that'll absolutely break your heart. My favorite wrestling entrance of all time. Go.
Yeah.
You know it. Go.
Oh, is it Sandman?
Abso-fucking-lutely, it is Sandman.
Gotcha.
So something I
You're like,
found
you
out.
know it. I'm like,
literally-
is it Sandman?
something I literally found out like last week or the week before.
Yeah.
Enter Sandman
Mm-hmm.
was ripped off.
Oh well.
The whole like prime, like the whole memorable part of it, completely stolen from another band.
Well, it happens. Led Zeppelin
Not
stole all their
by
shit.
one of the most successful bands on the planet. It doesn't. They
Yeah.
didn't
Did you hear what I just said? Led Zeppelin stole all their shit. The Beatles stole all their shit. Led Zeppelin and the Beatles both stole all their shit. What's up, bud?
That's true, but the Beatles didn't steal their vocals from porno.
Yeah, fair.
Oh.
I forgot you and the Robert Plant porn thing. It's hilarious.
Hey, it's not me. It's just one of those. Once you point it out, you'll never hear them the same again.
Bo the owl. Hello, eagle.
That's awesome, bud.
Red-tailed eagle.
Awesome, dude. We've only got a couple minutes left on this, and then I'll come out and we'll talk all about your day, okay? I promise. All right.
Hell yeah. Parenting.
Yeah, it's the shit, dude. Casey's going to an outdoor camp, so he's learning all kinds of cool stuff during the week about animals and stuff. Bro, Case, just give me a couple more minutes, okay? I promise. All right? We're almost done.
Dos minutos.
We're almost done.
We're almost
Those-
done with the wrestling podcast that we're not talking about wrestling on.
I mean, we talked about a lot of wrestling, especially
Hold on,
since
it's
Johnny
wrestling
came on.
adjacent.
Johnny actually kept us focused on the wrestling.
It's within 6 degrees of wrestling, though.
Brother, we were talking about all kinds of stuff.
Band that Metallica ripped off, and then Metallica, and then Sandman.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
within
yeah. I guess
6
we
degrees.
did. We did talk about, yeah,
It's within
yeah.
6 degrees.
We were talking about, right.
So how
But-
did Enter Sandman get ripped off?
There was a band that put out a song like a year or two before that.
With the
that
same riff.
sounds identical.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the vocals;
Music.
it was the music.
It was the music. It was absolutely the music. It wasn't the lyrics. No, it wasn't the lyrics. However, there's a very famous Iron Maiden song called "For Whom the Bell Tolls." It's one of the best songs ever written, in my opinion.
I
like
actually
that
don't.
song.
I
I like
actually
that
know
song.
that song.
I just found out recently that both the music and the lyrics to that one are ripped off by another British metal band.
Actually, For Whom the Bell Tolls is also a Metallica song.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said "For Whom the Bell Tolls." I'm an idiot. I meant
you're good.
"Hallowed Be Thy Name." Sorry.
Okay. I was like,
Sorry.
wait, Time to March is on. That's
I
Metallica.
was stuck on stupid still.
It's all
in,
good.
in Metallica. Yeah, no, you're absolutely
good.
right. No, it's "Hallowed Be Thy Name." One of the best Iron Maiden songs ever written. Was fucking ripped off, man.
That's not, can I play with madness? Because that song,
That was such a
dude.
good song.
Yeah. Anyway. So,
Back to Men in Tights.
yeah, I mean, we're pretty much about to have to wrap up. Anybody got any? I don't know exactly when we started. I know I was going to keep track, but it's
was like
4 o'clock right now. I know we
started
started a little late.
Oh
We
yeah, I
started
definitely
at
got
like
here late.
5 or
I-
10
I-
after.
I
5 or
crashed
10
in here
after,
at
so we got
3:30.
yeah.
5 or 10 minutes.
Okay, we got 5 or 10 more minutes. Right on. So let's what y'all got for more wrestling stuff?
What's going on in TNA currently with the tag team champions? Is it still the Nemeths?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Yep, that's it.
like keeping tabs on that because I have been enjoying the Nemeths versus the Hardys, even though I
Right.
can't talk.
I
But,
heard somebody said that the Hardys are, if I remember correctly, last night or the night before. I heard somebody say that that there was going to be another match with the Hardys and Nemeth, and the Hardys were going to take back the tag titles.
nice,
I don't know.
nice. I'm all
I
for
know
it.
that the Hardys have adopted Leon Slater. He's an official third Hardy boy.
Yeah, I saw
So-
that. That's pretty cool,
That is cool. He's a good kid. Good wrestler.
right?
You know. So my phone is broken. D'Lo knows from last night. So I will not be on the screen anymore. So enjoy looking at Junkyard and hearing my voice.
What's wrong with your phone?
Oh
I mean,
man,
how did
so
it break?
it just did. It just decided to stop working on its own. It just decided it wasn't going to charge anymore. So I have to charge it on a wireless charger that barely works.
So yeah.
It's something.
Yeah, it sucks. I ordered a new phone though. It should be here soon. It got a little bit thrown off because of Juneteenth. I think it was supposed to be here today, but they couldn't mail it.
Holiday.
I'm
Yeah,
so
Juneteenth-
frazzled. Dude,
Juneteenth screwed me.
my whole trip to New Jersey has been so shafted. It's not even funny. Dude, my license expired today.
Oh,
I had to friggin' come back because they want me to take a picture for my whatever it's called, the new IDs or whatever.
yeah.
So they wanted to get a fresh new picture. So I go in today and they're like, oh, you need to make an appointment. And the earliest we have is Tuesday.
That's
I tell you, my pants pretty much shit themselves. I'm supposed to be on my way or at the Monster Factory right now, and I'm not, and I'm pissed.
Damn. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. It's rough. Like every 2 weeks, I make my attempt to leap towards the Monster Factory, and every 2 weeks, I get bitch slapped.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, what? A month ago, it was kidney stones. A month and a half before that, it was my truck.
Right.
Fuck. Stop it.
Yeah.
I've
So
been good. Stop it.
who's okay, I knew that something recently had happened. You know the kid who took the crossroads and did the header?
Goldie.
Yeah. So did we talk about this already?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, he was a Monster Factory kid. Cody Rhodes was just putting him over on the Chris Van Vliet podcast.
That came out like the week he took the cutter. Or the crossroads.
The crossroads. Okay, right on. I just saw it. So
dude, that came out like that week. And I gotta say, man, every time I see it, I beam. Because I'll tell you what, dude, that kid is probably 20 years younger than me. And he has got so much to teach me. It's not even funny. Like,
awesome.
I am in awe of that kid. Because I'm telling you, I saw that kid a couple of years ago, and I said the same thing. I was like, this kid is beyond deserving of the nickname Goldie. Like, this dude is solid gold in everything he does. Then I see him on AEW take that crossroads, and I go, holy shit!
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Cody Rhodes was just
the best compliment I used to give Rob Van Dam is, holy shit, he's got no bones. Like, and that's pretty much what I said when Goldie took that crossroads. Holy shit, where did his bones go?
Chris Van Vliet was like, is that the best crossroads you've ever given? And
I don't know if it's the best, but I know he's a Monster Factory kid.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes put it over, but then I think, what did he say the best one was? It was one he gave to Seth Rollins or something like that, right?
I think it was one he gave when he was Stardust, but I forget.
No, it wasn't Stardust. It was.
Oh no! You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It was.
I don't think he did the crossroads when he did Stardust. Did he?
I don't remember, dude.
I think he did. I think it was a different name.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive he did. Maybe I'm wrong. Again.
Yeah.
I'm old. I fuck shit up too.
I remember seeing an interview with Cody where he was talking about someone asked him if they could use the crossroads. And my first thought was, did you ask Reno if you could use the crossroads? Because
I've always
that's
wondered
the roll of the
Steve
dice,
Austin
man.
Asked Mikey Whipwreck if he could use the whippersnapper when after Mikey beat him in ECW.
Yeah, I mean,
still blows my mind that Mikey Whipwreck has a world title win over Steve Austin.
Hey, get you some.
Oh, it's badass. No, I love wrestling history. I love nerdy shit like that. And everyone, everyone was pretty much dead set that was the end of Steve Austin's career. I was like, you're out of your minds. This is a whole new book. This isn't even a new chapter. It's a new book.
Oh my God, dude. We shouldn't talk about this.
What?
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with wrestling. I just got a notification. I wanted to look at it. Apparently Dolly Parton and Motley Crue came together to release a new version of Home Sweet Home.
Oh boy, take me home. Jesus.
You know what though?
I'll tell you what, the vocals were probably better.
Yeah, I was gonna say Motley Crue's version was good, but Motley Crue's version came out almost 40 years ago.
Right.
Vince Neil right now can't remember the lyrics to most of his most famous songs. Have you?
Vince Neil probably can't remember the lyrics to the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Dude, have you seen him perform Dr. Feelgood in the last 5 years?
Dude, to be honest with you, I don't like Motley Crue.
Dude, I'm going to send you a video in that case, and you're going to love it because it's bad.
I'm sure I will.
Dude,
I've always hated Vince Neil's vocals. I think they're so bad.
What I'm saying is, though, is that version of Home Sweet Home that they did, again, in like 85 wasn't terrible. And Dolly Parton has a really good voice. So I could see
so it should be interesting.
Coming together nicely with studio magic because, again, Vince Neil needs it now. Well,
hopefully Vince isn't even on the track. Hopefully it's Dolly with Motley Crue backing her. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm definitely gonna listen to it. But
yeah, I'm gonna give it a listen.
Speaking of singing, where the hell's Joe Hendry? Does anybody know?
I don't know, dude. He's dead.
He in Mexico.
Iguana Man happened and Joe Hendry disappeared.
I think is Joe in Mexico for real, or he's just
Iguana Man now?
Oh man,
I believe in Iguana Man.
Do you guys think Iguana Man really got in trouble?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Bragging about how he was going to skip NXT and go right to the main roster, and people heard that and were like, "Oh no, you're not." You little
he said his merch is going to move so well that they're putting him right on the main roster.
Well, no, he said it was moving so well.
Well, and that they were putting him right on the main roster.
Dude, his merch hit like top 3.
Dude, do they have puppets?
Yeah.
I'll buy a puppet.
They pointed out the Amazon link where he got his. And
nice.
They sold out that night.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, there's like 1 million iguana puppets getting shipped across the U.S. in an hour.
Wow.
Dang. Yeah, no, that dude got over like Rover, but he let it get to his head already, so I think they're going to job him out for a while if they do end up keeping him, or they're just not going to keep him because they're not putting up with that shit.
Yeah, fair.
I'm pretty sure our time's up.
They're the echelon now of, what we used to call sports entertainment, and now I don't even know what the hell to call it. But they just have so many arbitrarily shoot yourself in the foot rules. Like every now and then you got to let two meatheads duke it out in the back. And that's what this sounded like. It sounded like Iguana Man pissed off 1 or 2 people, and somebody could have just been like, dude, hey, come here. Come into this dark side of the locker room while I bitch slap you real quick and tell you what. Like, but it could have been settled. There's no reason the internet needed to know about it. There's no reason anyone needed to say anything outside of, hey, Iguana, come here.
So we gotta go, but one more time. I think we should go around because I'm interested in what everybody has to say about this.
Ooh.
Do you think that Iguana Man gimmick has legs? Because I feel like
I think it's got 4 of them and a tail, dude. I think that thing's off.
Well, I feel like seeing that every single week.
Where was the Iguana Man at?
Oh, he was on Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
So, Chad, you don't know what Iguana Man is.
No, I don't. I have no clue.
Okay.
The only thing I know
he's a guy who paints his face green and crawls to the ring.
I got it easy enough. Hold up. Imagine if Goldust was Mexican and green.
Nah, but it's more than that because it's not really a gay thing.
Yeah,
it was Goldust. It was an androgynous and uncomfortable thing.
Right. He has a puppet on his hand who helps him fight. The puppet is his best friend.
And it's an iguana.
It's a puppet of an iguana, and it helps him fight.
The way
like Head was to Al Snow.
The way he kicks that thing around and makes it like do flips and land on his shoulder and shit is almost supernatural. He's almost like a stage act by himself.
Yeah. Kind of like when Kenny Omega wrestled that blow up doll. Think of it more like that.
Kind of like when Luigi Primo was the hot new thing for a week, and then everyone was like, "Oh, that's not even real pizza dough. You're boring."
Yeah. So personally, I think that it'll get old fast. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it might, but I think it has the potential to really turn into like a new cruiserweight like sensation if they do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have no faith that they'll do it right. So don't.
Right.
Don't quote me, but again,
there are things that they don't
all
do right
Heyman rights.
that's been going on for 30 years or longer.
I mean, I could see how it got over in Mexico because wrestling in Mexico is different. It's different than wrestling in America.
It's like,
you know,
it's more aimed at children, but the adults
Right.
eat it up too.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? And I think that's
Exactly.
why I love Mexico as far as wrestling fans way more than America. Because American fans are just trying to be the one that starts that funny chant or has that
Yeah.
moment of silence and gets that loud quip in or something stupid. Like American fans are just trying to get kicked out.
Right. American fans create giant freaking pictures of their own head and put them on TV.
Although I got to be honest, I saw at Slammiversary 2010, there were people in the audience that had cardboard heads of Mike Tenay and Taz. And dude, both of them, when they were walking out, happened to turn and see the guy and were like,
I mean, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
I think it was
But
Tenay.
like
It might have been
head of,
the Tenay
like
days,
your
I could be
baby's head.
mistaken, but
Your baby is not that special. I'm sorry. Like, I don't need to see your baby's face while I'm trying to watch wrestling. Like, just weird. Just weird.
What?
There's people who put their baby, like they blow up pictures of their baby's face.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and they're showing their baby's head on a giant stick. Like, I don't need to see that.
Oh, that's just creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Let your baby be.
Look at this baloney-shaped human I produced.
Right. All right, fellas. You guys want to get out of here?
For everybody here
about
at
that time.
Roundtable Wrestling, Chad Vandermark, Keith Miller, and D-Lo, who seems to have left us.
Is D-Lo going?
Y'all have a great night.
All right, later, y'all.